Good morning.
Morning.
Morning. Look, morning. We're gonna be like Medea now. Morning. Good morning. Oh, I just snapped my neck. Damn. I guess I had a crook in it. Okay, so this is crazy. Let's see. Good morning, Ryan. Good morning, Jess Beto. Madi, Tracy. Did I say Ryan? Yeah, I did say Ryan. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So Debbie and I, good morning, Gwen. You girl, go to church and pray for me, please. Please
Oh
pray.
Lord.
But I
Mhm.
did want to say that, I was in a chat and someone said that Natalie Malta, whatever her name is, the one that was married to Mike and was with Josh, was arrested on drug charges and shit like that. But she
Natalie
wasn't.
married to Josh.
She was not arrested.
Who's
So
Natalie married to Josh?
Natalie, who was with Josh and she was with Mike. I didn't say married. She was married to
Oh,
Mike.
okay. So
Yeah.
who got arrested, Josh or Natalie?
No, someone was saying that Natalie got arrested. No, Varia got
Varia.
arrested. Yeah,
Yeah.
she got arrested for stolen
For
property, possession of stolen property that was
Tifa
worth.
from Home Depot. How rude.
Huh?
I heard she tea from Home Depot.
Well, the same place that Jeffrey stole from, Home Depot.
Oh, he still wait, why did I think he was uh purveying street
He was doing
pharmacies?
that. He stole from Home Depot. He wrote all of these checks that him and his daddy. Yes, Jeffrey has quite the record, and he stole from Home
Ah,
Depot as well.
I didn't know
Hi,
that.
Wendy's front yard. Yeah, it was clickbait, I guess, but I went straight to Shibuti. Shibuti is gonna know, okay? Shibuti will know. Um, But no, she was not arrested. But Varia was definitely arrested. So, and then
Hmm.
all this drama with Lita and Eric, and the loss of their baby, uh, it's just a whole shitstorm. So I was checking on that this morning as well, but I'm not going to discuss that right now because that is a whole different live by itself. So Debbie, are you aware of all the shit that's going on?
I know that he was asleep in the car. Apparently there was some argument. The neighbors called the police.
Mm-mm.
Um
Nope, the neighbors didn't call the police. It was Lita herself. So you weren't in
oh,
my live yesterday morning. It's all in US Weekly. She's been lying and
um,
lying and lying about the baby's
but how the
timeline.
baby
Yeah, she
died.
said the baby was deceased 4 days before the baby died. And maybe the doctor said, that was going to be, I'm going to give a little leeway. Hey, so maybe the doctor said, okay, but she stayed. And but what gets me is that the baby was on life support for 5 days. So if the doctors felt then, but 4 days before the baby was deceased, she was saying the baby was dead.
Maybe they told her there was no chance.
Okay, but why keep the baby on life support for 5 days?
Maybe they told her, but she didn't believe it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt then. Well, I'm
Hmm.
not really, but yeah. Hi, Just Beto. Hi, Chantel. But yes, I'm not buying that. But I know yesterday you probably didn't watch my live, but you need to watch my live from yesterday.
I had to go to the hairdresser. My hair
I
was such a
know that's why
mess.
I said you
My
could have listened a
hairdresser
little
was
bit. Look, you could have
not
listened.
not with the double process that was going on, girl.
But
Mm-mm.
what did they do to your hair this time?
Oh, I needed the roots done. So what she does is bleach in the highlights first, and then in between the foils, she will do the base color.
Okay, so what was that? But 2.5 hours?
3. We was
Three.
talking a lot this time though. She
Okay.
was
All
catching me
right.
up on some things.
Yep.
Oh, I want to give a little shout out first.
Okay, go ahead.
to the Prince and Princess of Wales. My God, especially the Prince of Wales. He
Okay.
showed up in a double-breasted blazer. Took me straight back to King George V. He needs to wear more double-breasted suits. He looks so good.
I didn't even see him. But yeah, so David and Annie's baby is in the hospital. She has RSV.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now she's not eating. She's
Yes,
having
that's
trouble
true, Mari
eating.
Mari. I remember, well, yeah. I remember
Mhm.
what they did to my friend. So yes, I do, yeah. Much as she's on social media, not once did she ever say she was preggo, was only found out when she was arrested months ago, 5 weeks old, and not a single mention of her before this happened. Yes, but Debbie, I had E11 on panel yesterday, and she was
Mhm.
showing the videos that Lita was making while her daughter was in uh, ICU on life support. And girl, no tears, no nothing. I know people process things differently, but her whole demeanor. And I understand Brooke was live yesterday. I thought it was E11 that was live again, but George was saying what was going on in the chat. And I'm sure that Brooke, being a nurse, has more knowledge of the stuff that was going on. But, well, not with Lita, but you know what I mean, with the baby being in ICU and everything else.
Mhm.
She said the sound is bad. What sound is bad? Debbie, is my sound bad?
I hear you fine, but it might not be the same. Wait,
Okay,
so is both of our sound bad?
hold on. Let me. Okay,
Sounds
is that
bad,
better?
Heidi. Sound is bad.
Okay, is that better?
Hmm.
Because mine. Hi, Brenna.
Feedback static sound when you talk. What does that mean?
Okay, I unplugged my mic.
Just okay. So Heidi, start talking now. And everybody
Hello,
put a 1 in the chat if you hear her fine, or a 2 in the chat if it's still staticky. So go ahead.
hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Hmm. So
Okay, Debbie,
funky.
I'm gonna back out and I'll come back in,
Okay.
okay?
All right. All right, guys. Let's wait till Heidi can come back in. All righty. Do you have another app open? Oh, it's still too. Okay. Am I staticky? Um. Okay. Let's wait till she comes back in. Oh no.
Okay, am I better
Okay.
now?
Okay. So now that Heidi is back, let's do another one. So is a 1 in the chat if Heidi sounds fine, and a 2 in the chat if Heidi is still staticky. Go ahead, Heidi.
Hello, 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 hello. Hi, Wisco Gal.
Yeah, keep saying hi to
Hi,
everybody.
Deborah. MRH, good morning. Am I better? My sound says I'm fine. I'm looking at the bars and everything. So I
Okay,
sound.
we're getting ones. We sound better. Okay,
Thank
yay!
you. I don't know what
Thank you.
happened. Thank you. Next Gen is about the reality housewives' children. Well, most of them, some of
Mm-hmm.
them, and their
Mm-hmm.
friends. So it's really, really good. But yeah, so Debbie, for so if you get a chance, just listen to the live I did yesterday, or you
Mhm.
can just go read US Weekly. But you
Mhm.
need to see the timeline and everything that's happened as for from leaders' point of view. So yes, you need to watch the live I did yesterday.
Mhm.
Yes, you need to watch the live. And
Mhm.
I had 11 come up, and she was playing all of her videos that she did
Mhm.
during this time.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
All right. So where do we want to start? I see Sweets is in the chat. And Sweets, if you want to come up, did I see Sweets? Hi, Amber. Um, did I see Sweets? I think I did. You know, Sweets loves her Real Housewives of Miami.
Mm.
Able to come up. Even your intro music, I had feedback when you started, but it's okay. So
Oh,
it was on my end. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank
okay.
you for telling me. Um, but we watched Thousand Pound Roomies.
Mhm.
We watched The Real Housewives of Miami.
Mhm.
Tonight is the first part, or reunion part one, for The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And
Mhm.
um, Debbie told me that the Real Housewives of OC started, which God
Mhm.
knows I forgot. Okay, Sweets, do you want to come up? I'll drop the link for you,
Oops.
because I told Sweets whenever we do live and we want to talk the Real Housewives of Miami, she's always welcome to come on panel. And
Mhm.
oh, she's getting ready to go. Girl, I got a Trader Joe's not even 2 minutes from me, not even 2 minutes. I've gone in there
Ooh,
once. I think I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's today. I'm gonna throw some clothes on. I'm gonna go down the hill, and I'm gonna go to Trader Joe's.
I was in Trader Joe's yesterday.
Debbie, seriously, straight down the hill. It's not even
Oh.
two, not even probably a minute and 15 seconds.
Mm-mm.
It's right down from the 7-Eleven. I gotta go to Trader Joe's, and that's not funny because whenever I used to go to Maryland, I used to
Mhm.
always, I want to go to Trader Joe's. I have to go to Trader Joe's. And I just haven't been there, and except for once since I've been here. And that's sad. Very sad. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to throw some clothes on, and I'm going to go to Trader Joe's today. But I'm going to make me some Amber. I'm making spaghetti and meatballs today. I haven't
Mhm.
made that in so long. I'm going to make spaghetti and meatballs today. So that's what I'm having for Sunday dinner. And I need to,
Mhm.
well, matter of fact, I'll go to Trader Joe's and I'll get my garlic bread. See?
Mhm.
Okay. And you need pasta. Ooh, she's going to get some guave hand cream, and she's going to get pasta.
Well, I bought a seafood boil yesterday.
At Trader
Shut up.
Joe's?
Yes, at Trader Joe's because I don't know how to ship in nothing. I just need a bag and directions on how to make it.
So what's in the bag?
I don't know. It was in the box in the bag and it looked
Oh,
good.
okay,
So
Debbie, you live in Miami.
yeah,
There's fresh seafood there.
yeah.
You have crabs, you have crab legs, you have fresh shrimp, you have clams.
I'm
What
not
is
doing all that. I'm not doing all that. It was $10, so I was
get
gonna
the
try it
guava
out.
hand cream? Okay, I'll see if they have it. You're having salmon with firecracker butter. I've never heard of
Mm.
firecracker butter.
Oh my God, I had a green goddess salad with chicken
Oh my God, that
yesterday.
is my salad.
I loved it. I loved it.
You're welcome to come to dinner, sweetie.
Mm.
Yeah, but I love a green goddess salad. Oh my
Mhm.
God. I love it. I love it. I love it. And let's see. So I think I'll do, yeah, I think I'll do a green goddess salad. And then I'll buy the green goddess dressing. Oh my God, with the avocado. Oh,
Mm. Mine came in the
delicious.
box with everything, so I just
Oh, Jesus.
squirted it on and shook it
Okay.
up and ate because I was hungry.
Yes, they're ICE agents. Girl, did you see the ICE agents that were in Van Nuys, California, and they had this guy on the ground, and he was
Mhm.
screaming he was American citizen, and they had him face down in the ground, and then they're saying they're cracking down on people that have been here for 20 years and never, and it's just crazy what's going on in every city. Then we saw the
Mhm.
alligator Alcatraz is what they're calling it, right? Is that
Yeah.
Miami or is that where is that, Debbie?
Miami, I think out near Everglades or some shit like that.
Ooh, Lord.
But they already have the Chrome Detention Center. So I don't know why they had to do that. I don't even know if it's separate or not. I just think it's real unnecessary.
This shit is
But
getting
yeah,
bad.
all the Cubans and the Venezuelans down here are like, but we voted for him.
And they're
Okay.
paying taxes even though you don't have United States citizenship. They may have their they may have a residency card or whatever, but they are coming for people. I told you that,
Mhm.
that they were asking for employee records.
Mhm.
I'm just like, oh, this is getting out of control. But Lita's still here. Sorry, no offense. Okay. Good morning, sweet potato. Amber, you're gonna go live today. But again, it's oh no, because Texas girls say you guys are off on the weekends. They're wasting tax money. Yes. These are not criminals though.
Mm-mm-mm.
Why are you going to raid a company or a manufacturing place or go into a co-op or go to the farms? These are not criminals. These are hardworking people that are making money to
Because
support their family.
he promised his base that he was going to be deporting so much of thousands of illegals every day. He told them it was going to be criminals, but they're not that many or they can't find them. So you go to next best, the ones that you can find, and get them out. But when you see, and this is also to detract from his base losing their Medicaid and Medicare.
Oh, and did you hear about the new beautiful bill? Um, that they have to have at least 80 hours a month of either volunteer work or some girl. He has cracked that big beautiful bill. It's gonna hurt a lot of people.
Yeah, but they knew that. They voted for it.
No,
They
they didn't
voted.
know that. They didn't know that.
No, no, they knew
But he was
exactly
saying
what
it.
he was going to do when he
Yep,
was on the campaign.
yep.
He told y'all. He told y'all. But again, stop voting against your self interest. Stop being ignorant. What's the first thing he did when he went in there? Try to start getting rid of the Department of Education. He want to keep y'all dumb so that you don't vote in your own self-interest. I don't want to see another person on my TV screen saying, "But I voted for him and I didn't think he meant me." Shut up.
So I tell you guys all the time about my friend who's a pilot, right? She
Mm-hmm.
flies private and she flies for the CEO. Oh my God. Let me make sure. Is Chevron Phillips? Yes. That's who she
Mm-hmm.
flies for. So she sent a picture. Well, she posted it
Mm-hmm.
on Facebook. And when I tell you, there she is. She not the one with the curly hair, the one with the straight hair.
Mm-hmm.
Female pilot, baby. And she flies private. So yeah, and I actually miss her so much. I really do. But we still talk. Oh, today is my girl's birthday, her heavenly birthday. Okay, Chris. All right, so let's get into it. We want to do thousand
Mm-hmm.
pound roomies first, right? Amen. Saw
Mm-hmm.
how he was on TV for decades. Saw now he was in office for 4 years. Saw him get charges. Still voted for him. Yep, they did. Heard a rumor that people want Melania deep. Well, hey, well, by his own rules, Melania should be deported.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that doggy that Amber is babysitting is gorgeous. But if you go by his own rules, his wife should be deported.
Well, the majority of his kids, with the exception of Tiffany, should be deported too.
Well, that's true too.
Let's just call a thing a thing.
Oh my God.
Listen, I was listening to Lawrence O'Donnell. He's like the last person that I still listen to on
I love
MSNBC.
Lawrence O'Donnell. He can't stand
And you know, I just got my passport renewed, came back
Okay.
this week, thank God, or else I was not going to the hairdresser. He
Okay.
is now advising naturalized citizens to invest in a passport card. So if we don't feel comfortable taking our passports everywhere we go, to take the card to show as ID that we are US citizens. But based on the trajectory that this administration is going,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that's going to help, because the guy that they deported down to El Salvador, that had to be repatriated and is now suing the government.
Yes.
He had his papers in order. I'm not saying he was a citizen. I'm a citizen, but I don't think he was, but he had his papers in order. And now they're finding out that the charges that they're bringing against him aren't for real. Like, it's so messy. So I don't even think, like, whether you have your documents on you or not, if they are choosing to deport you, some of the videos that I've seen of these people coming in with masks on and guns drawn and just coming in like, I don't know, SEAL Team 6 going after bin Laden. I don't get it.
Okay, here is the video right here. On the ground.
Tonight, an immigration
He's
arrest caught on
screaming, "I'm an
camera as the man in
American."
question screams he is an American.
Well, KCAL's Gio Insignares is live from the downtown LA Federal Detention Center, where activists are calling out federal authorities. Gio?
Well, Pat and Susie, federal authorities say that 4 people were arrested for allegedly sabotaging government vehicles with makeshift spike strips. And while activists are not condoning those alleged actions, they are saying that what happened earlier today shows that federal agents are causing more harm than good across communities.
The people united will never be divided.
Community activists and supporters rallying tonight following arrests earlier in the day during a federal immigration operation in Van Nuys.
They are not criminals, and the day laborers that they are defending are not criminals.
Right.
They are essential members of our society.
Video captured this morning shows federal agents near the Home Depot at Roscoe and Balboa Boulevard, also the site of the Van Nuys Day Labor Center. They're seen detaining several people, at one point appearing to roughly tackle one person to the ground, all as they face off with an active crowd.
What we are experiencing here today is just a fraction of what families across Los Angeles have been experiencing.
Megan Ortiz is the executive director of the Instituto de Educación Popular del Sur de California. DEPSCA is an organization that...
They're going to places of business.
Yep.
These people are working.
But again, they don't have real criminals to deport. So this is what they're deporting. Now, mind you, they passed his bill to cut taxes for the wealthy.
Yep.
Now, these people who are working at the meat packing plants, all in the farms, the dairies, all of this, when you get rid of them, not only is your food supply chain going to collapse, that's the least of our problems. No one's going to be doing your laundry. No one's going to be doing taking care of your kids. Nobody's going to be doing your gardens. Nothing. All of their tax money that they're contributing to our system, how are you going to replace that? How are you going to replace that? So what is going to go from, what is it, $5 trillion? I bet you anything's going to go up to $10 trillion in more of a deficit.
Okay, let's finish this.
And you
that
got,
helps run the Van Nuys.
Wait, hold on. You just think of this. Look at what we're looking at right now. And think back to a couple of weekends ago, Uncle Jeff Bezos and his placed whore was getting married over in Venice. And he's not paying any taxes, but you are. And your taxes are going to go up. Just let that settle in. And look at what we're doing to these poor people who are trying to earn an honest dollar are pimping out their services outside the Home Depot. Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Day Labor Center. Ortiz says two of the people detained were Jude, a volunteer, and Genaro Ernesto Ayala, an outreach coordinator with the organization.
I was in shock, and I think I might have audibly screamed because I knew that the raid was happening.
She says Ayala is a U.S. citizen and was just trying to help day laborers at the site, and that despite multiple attempts, attorneys have been denied access to meet with Ayala and Jude at the Federal Metro Detention Center. Ortiz and other activists now demanding that both have access to legal counsel and be released immediately.
When the administration says that this is the new normal, our community will show up every single time and say no, it is not normal.
In a post on X earlier today, USBP Chief Patrol Agent Gregory Bovino shared these photos of what appear to be homemade spike strips, one attached to a tire of a government vehicle. 4 people were arrested for vandalism. Then during the arrest, officials say one person assaulted an agent.
That is not to say, though, that we condone any activity of that sort, but also the community is mad.
You don't condone it, but then you're going to say, you know, you're making an excuse. The community is mad.
And according to Customs and Border Protection, the 4 who were arrested for allegedly making and using those makeshift spike strips are facing felony charges. Reporting from downtown LA, I'm Gio Insignaris, KCAL News.
This guy was screaming, "I'm an American citizen," meaning he's got his, he's a he's a naturalized citizen. This is crazy. This is crazy. Then they had a raid in Ventura.
But wait a minute. Didn't a judge cite this week that they're no longer allowed to do this in California?
But they're still doing it.
Well, again, this administration has been telling people, because there was that whistleblower from the DOJ who said that they don't have to obey the courts. This is y'all.
Okay,
this is an interesting thing.
Okay, but I want you to see this one too. This is getting bad.
Video to send shockwaves from San Diego Immigration Court through the immigrant community is actually not of an immigrant, but a 71-year-old U.S. citizen named Barbara Stone.
I was surprised. It felt like an out-of-body experience.
Stone was handcuffed and held by federal agents for 8 hours on Tuesday, according to her family.
This is from the handcuffs, so I have a large bruise there.
71.
I feel mentally and psychologically traumatized.
In video of the incident, which was shared with NBC7, you see the moment tensions boiled over and an officer says Stone pushed her. Stone denies that. NBC7 made several attempts to contact ICE about the incident, but was referred to a different agency under the Department of Homeland Security.
Why are they hiding their faces, though? Why? If you never used to,
but they never used to do that when they was deporting under the Obama and Biden administration. Yep. I don't know why they coming in looking like vigilantes.
Yep. Why are they hiding their faces now? If this is your job.
The Federal Protective Service, and we've yet to hear back. NBC7 spoke with Stone's husband, Gershon Shafir, the day his wife was detained.
She is a soft-spoken person who was here to protect innocent refugees.
He is
and she is the last person in the universe who would hit agents who interfere with their work.
Stone was at the court to observe proceedings and how the federal agents act, which is legal and, according to Ruth Mendez of Detention Resistance, a First Amendment right.
The fear is very, very here, and the volunteers that are showing up today are now coming knowing that there might be a risk of our own detention.
Oh, yeah, because your last name is Mendez. And you look Hispanic, so...
Charges have been pressed against Stone, but her family says her phone was confiscated. Mendez worries there will be invisible impacts, like people deciding not to volunteer. You hear an officer in the video suggest more people could have been detained.
Clear the way. Everybody's going to start getting detained.
The message that it sent was very clear. For us to be afraid to come back and do the work that we're doing.
But Stone, for one, is determined to go back and continue that work.
We are all immigrants. We all came from other countries. I find it surreal.
Stone says she had to ask several times for a lawyer. We're still waiting to get more information from Homeland Security. Joey Safchik, NBC7.
So what they're doing is trying to keep people from going out and volunteering, and they're using intimidation tactics. There's another woman that was in ICE detention for 5 months, and she is a a naturalized citizen.
Child.
This shit is crazy.
Let me go home and start taking care of my business so I have some place to run to.
All right, let's roll. Let's do 1,000-pound roomies. But I wanted to. This is getting bad.
What are you talking about?
It's been bad. I said, not 1,000-pound citizens, 1,000-pound roomies. Jesus Christ, 1,000-pound roomies. Okay, go ahead, Deb.
I like this show. Do not get me wrong. I really like this show.
Me too.
TLC did a really bad edit. And if you notice, I wonder if a lot of people were complaining because in this last episode, they stopped showing the food segues in between scenes. And it was more scenic, like what you would it was like looking at, areas in LA or something instead of looking at food in between scenes. But the edit throughout this entire season has been so unfair to every single participant on this show. They could have really told a good story instead of having these women like singing and laughing and dancing and shucking and jiving throughout. We could have explored their personalities more. We could have gotten deeper into at least one of their traumas and saved the other one for next season. We could have dug into their actual relationship and not put up false arguments between the two. Like they could have done so much more to make this truer to who these two women are. Yeah. I really do hope that Jazz has great success with her weight loss because she needs it. I'm glad that she realized it eventually that she needed help and she needed to lose that weight so that she could have a longer life for her and her child.
Yeah.
This last episode, I was wondering where the mom was because Granny and Poppy came down, but where was her mom?
Don't know. But the night before her 2 days before her surgery, they gave that big dinner, okay? And Nisha did all the cooking. They were at Grandmommy and Grandpappy's house, right? And Nisha's mom was there.
No, I thought they were at Nisha's mom's house.
Okay, could have been. I thought it was the other way around. But probably so because the grandfather came up to be with Lala. So it could have been
Nana.
Nana. I'll say Lala. Nana. But yeah, it probably was Nisha's mom's house. And she did all this cooking. The food looked delicious. But then you find out when Jazz, goes for surgery, she tells the doctor that she had been eating tacos.
I don't believe that.
You don't?
Because I don't. I think they put that in there as, script. I don't believe that because again, why would the doctor go ahead with the surgery knowing that it would cause her that? And all they did was told her to release her bladder and not her bowels?
Yep.
No, ma'am. I think they thought that, we can say that she ate tacos and burritos so that the doctor can say, well, if you eat before surgery, this is what could happen. Bitch, I got my tonsils out. That's the biggest surgery I've ever had. And you couldn't eat. And this was back in dinosaur days. You couldn't eat before surgery.
Nope, I couldn't eat. Well, the one time I had a scheduled surgery, I could not eat 20. I had to do liquids the day before. There should be no solids. And she told me if I drank coffee, which she told me not to, I had to do it black with nothing in it. And that was horrible. And I had to be there for 6 o'clock in the morning because my surgery was scheduled for 8 o'clock. And I'm telling you, after that surgery, I was like, can I, after I woke up and my mom and them all were there, my first thing out of my mouth was, can I have a cup of coffee with some cream and sugar, please? Mama said, "You want food?" I said, I need some coffee. And then, they allowed me to eat like 2 days later. But before I left the hospital, you have to do a bowel movement and everything. So it's just, I didn't really care about the eating. I wanted my coffee. But I couldn't believe they went ahead with that surgery.
That's why I said it was like creative effect, because it was
Okay.
just dumb to me. It didn't make any sense. I was glad that she lost the last 33 pounds.
Yep, before she went in for surgery.
Right.
Because she
So,
approved her. Yeah. Okay.
yep. And I was glad she got to within the safe parameter to have the surgery. I was glad for that.
But do you see a difference when she's sitting on that couch from what?
From when she started? Yeah, I do. In her
I see it
face
in
and
her
in her
face. I see it in
yeah.
her face.
Yeah. Like I saw it like within the first couple of episodes. Like all of a sudden on the couch, her face and neck got real skinny.
Yes, that's where I see that. And when Nisha said she went to get her hair braided, but she left the place with no braids. That shit, I don't know if that was a misedit, but that was crazy. She said she went to get her hair braided, and then she was talking about the pastor and wanting to confront the pastor, and they were advising her that wasn't a good idea, it wasn't going to make a difference. But she left there with no braids, and then she decided she had to talk to her mom. When she spoke to her mother about she should have protected her, and her mother stated that she was under that influence too. What more did she want her to do? I don't think her mother was really sincere in her apology or saying, okay. I think she was just telling Nisha what she wanted to hear in order for her to move on. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Okay. I can see some of what the mother was saying, and I could understand it. She was in the cult. She was under the influence. What could she have done? However, I felt the way how she was saying what she was saying to her daughter. She's tired of talking about this.
Exactly.
So
and that's
she
what I'm saying.
doesn't, yeah, and it felt like she really didn't want to take accountability for what she did.
But what did she do?
Well, she kind of failed her daughter because her daughter was struggling. Her daughter was being traumatized. She was being traumatized, and she didn't do nothing.
But here's my thing with that, Debbie. Okay, I hear Nisha saying that they would held food and then she would gouge herself. Okay, here's my thing with that. I've never been in a cult, but I'm going to go back to the Jim Jones. Hi, Mr. Jimenez. I'm going to go back to the Jim Jones thing. When you're under that influence, and anytime somebody can get you to drink the damn Kool-Aid, and you know what I mean, there is really nothing you can do because you don't see anything wrong with it, and you've been brainwashed. But Nisha left there when she said she was 22. Okay? 22. You never seek to get help. You never went, well, this is what was shown to us. I'm not saying you didn't, but you never went to speak to someone. You never tried to get your life together. You're making an excuse about your overeating at that time. Girl, this is what I hate about the Dr. Now situation too. Everybody knows that they're eating themselves to death, but they keep want to be the victim and re-traumatize themselves. That's when you go get help. It shouldn't been for Dr. Now to say, oh, you need to go see a psychiatrist or a therapist. If this was so bad for you, she should have sought help.
But she was in there as a child, right? And here's the problem I have with Nisha's mom. If you're in the cult, fine. And the cult is telling you to fast for all of the day until a certain time and then you eat. That shouldn't apply to growing children that need sustenance. And that's where you should snap the shit out of that because you're a parent before you're a cult member.
But again, she was brainwashed like everybody else. And then when I look at Nisha's friend who was in that same cult, she's a functioning person. But I know that Nisha's working now. She's doing hair. I know that. I see her on TikTok. But the thing is, I can only blame the parent for so much. Yes, when you're younger, but then I take into account the mother was under the same influence. That's what to me,
I get what you're saying, and that only goes so far for me because
Okay.
I'm not putting nothing in front of my child. And this is speaking as a person who doesn't have a child.
They're getting static again from me. What the hell is going on?
Wait, is it both of us? Oh,
No, just me.
But I don't hear it.
Neither do I.
You want to pop out and come back in again?
Yeah, I don't hear it. And I
change your audio. Change your audio source. Are you on a headphone or are you on the computer?
I'm on my computer.
Do you have like a pair of plug-in headphones? Are you under a fan?
Nope, no fan, no nothing. Hi, Dustin.
Marsha, they have to be deprogrammed through therapy.
That's what I'm saying. You left when you were 22.
Yeah, but if she's never, that's what I said. To me, confronting the pastor, I think that's dangerous. You don't know what that man is capable of, considering what he did to y'all previously.
Exactly.
I don't think that is a solution. I think you need to confront yourself first and sort out all of your demons first with a licensed therapist, psychiatrist, psychologist, whatever, and come to terms with yourself first. And then you can move on with your life. Because what's done is done. I think she needs to sort out her own demons first. And she needs to sit down with a person regarding eating disorders because the way how they trained her at that cult to starve all day, and then when she finally gets food, she's gorging. That is dangerous because that sets up a bad eating pattern for the rest of her life.
And she has it.
Yes, and she is. Is that a storm rolling in? Holy shit. Yeah, and then she admitted that. So I think she needs to take care of that because that's a very unhealthy way of eating. Very. And she needs to get a better relationship with food. And then she needs to figure out, she has to learn how to build self-esteem and learn how to love herself so that she doesn't continue putting up with trapsy people like Joel. Find her own self-worth because she's deserved more than him.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But okay, so this is what I'm saying. Is when
yes,
the
Wendy
surgery happened and then Jazz came home, it was like they jumped. She came home and she was recuperating, but no one knew she was home. And then she fell and she had to go back. Did you hear Nisha said that she had been in the hospital for 2 weeks, but it was 23 days.
Mm-hmm.
The editing is horrible.
No, when she was on the phone, when they were talking on the phone, wasn't that 2 weeks?
No, when Nisha said Jazz is coming home, she's been in the hospital for 2 weeks. It was 23 days. She was in the hospital and went to rehab.
No. when she first got out, because remember, she had the surgery, got out of the hospital, went home, and then fell and
And
had
then
to go
fell.
back.
She was in rehab for 23
No,
days.
she was in the hospital first.
I know. And then she went to rehab. Remember, they said day 23. That's when she's up and moving. She's doing it for Nana. It said day 23.
Right, but she
Okay.
sat in the hospital. Remember, she wasn't moving when they told her she had muscle
No, but
atrophy.
what I'm saying, Debbie, is when Nisha said Jazz is coming home today, she's been in the hospital for 2 weeks. She had been in rehab for over 20 days.
I would have. I don't remember all of that. I just
Okay.
figured that the 2 weeks was after the initial surgery. She fell and then she went back in the
No, it's the
23 days.
editing. Okay, again, it's the editing portion. Because remember, we didn't even know she had been home yet until they said, when it came across, Jazz was home recuperating, and then she fell. She had to go back to the hospital. And then they had to put her in rehab. The editing was horrible because maybe she was in the hospital for 10 days, for 2 weeks. But the editing sucked on this episode. It always sucks. I'm like, wait a minute, when did Jazz come home? We didn't know that. We did not know that. They cut this so bad. Because when she said, oh, Jazz is coming home, she's been in the hospital for 2 weeks. I'm thinking they were talking about the rehab, but they weren't. They edited this so bad. Yep, it was really bad. Let me see. Wendy said she pissed me off to no end when she looked in the camera and said, if I don't make it, no, Nana, that this was for you. Yes, don't do that to your child.
Yeah, I've had a problem with that from the beginning. She should be doing this for herself so that she can be there for the kid. And if you leave in messages like that, just say, Nana, no, I always loved you, or something like that. Express your love to your child. It's coming and going. Okay.
Okay, I got to back out again. I'll come back in. Go ahead, Debbie.
Right. What else happened on here? Okay. And that FaceTime conversation that Nisha and Jazz had when I think it was the second time she was in the hospital. That to me said that Nisha was always her caretaker. Always. So they manufactured this foolishness between them throughout this season for content when they would have better served us and the audience had they just explained their real relationship. Sometimes it's just better if you just go with the truth in these stories. Heidi, I was just talking about
okay, hold on a sec. I did a mic check. It says my mic is fine. Before I came back in, I don't know where the distortion is coming from, and it's pissing me off. I'm thinking about just joining from my phone, maybe. Hi, Gamecock Jenny. Go ahead, Debbie.
Yeah. If the worst happened, that little girl will forever blame herself. Yeah. It's sad. And I understand what Jazz was saying, but she just put it over badly. Oof. What else happened with them?
Oh, the conversation. Wait a minute. When that little girl, see, that's what got me. When that little girl came home, Nana came home, and she jumped on Jazz the way she did. Is that thunder?
Yeah. I told you the storm was rolling in.
Oh my God, that was thunder. Hi, Sarah motherfucking Z. Hi, Aunties Advice Life. Nisha was her caretaker. Are you kidding me? What? Yes. Oh, is that Auntie's Advice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Nisha.
so.
Huh?
Wait, that might be her second channel. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. So and we discussed this before when we said that Nisha was like, well, Nisha in a way was her caretaker because she was taking care of everything. She's cooking,
Yep.
she's cleaning because
Yep.
Jazz can't do anything.
Yep. And that's what I
Nisha,
mean
could
by
you get me the hot
caretaker.
sauce? Nisha, could you get me some juice? And my knee, my
Yep.
leg. And
And then
Nisha
the
herself
dog,
said she
the
felt
dog.
like she was her caretaker.
But that's what she was, whether she chose to admit it or not, because I didn't see Jazz getting up and doing nothing.
Auntie, if you want to come up, I'll drop the link for you because I just don't like the way we don't like the way they edited this whole show. And I think and Debbie said it correctly. It could have been so much better. The
Yeah.
editing on this was horrible. Horrible.
I would have been more interested in them showing the real dynamic between these two women, because it would have been so much beneficial to us as fluffy girls to see the possibilities. Like, not everyone is suited for surgery, so then you have Nisha to focus on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they could have done so much better.
Look what Auntie had to
They were
say.
legit
And
friends. Oh, you didn't think they were legit friends? Really?
see, because they said they met on this fat girl. Well, I hate to say fat girl, but that's what she said.
Right.
Or did she say fat girl or overweight site? And Jazz needed a place to stay, and
But
Nisha needed a new roommate.
another thing is that they left out timelines,
See, that's
because
what I don't
had
like.
we known how long ago they met, and how long it took before they moved in and all of that, it would have given us a clearer understanding of the relationship. Because if they
Exactly.
met on the website and then 2 days later moved in, then y'all not friends.
No, then they're not friends. But then Nisha was saying, she thought they were going to do so many things together. Auntie, I dropped the link if you want to come up. It's completely up to you, but I would like to hear what you have to say, because Debbie and I was saying the same thing when we first started watching it, and we thought that they were legitimate friends. When I watched Nisha on TikTok, and Jazz never once, well, I think she joined her once, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but they
But
could be hiding Jazz so that you don't see
yeah,
her weight loss.
but up until now, she still doesn't have a second season as of last week. I didn't watch her this past week, so I don't know. But what I saw was Nisha taking care of Jazz, taking care of Jazz's daughter, taking care of the dog, which it is Nisha's dog, though.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, isn't that Nisha's dog?
I didn't know who dog it was. I just thought it was a communal animal. I don't know.
That's true, Wendy. That's true. They were so close, but at the grandma's house, Nisha was seeing Jazz's pics for the first time and learning about her childhood.
But Jazz said she didn't speak to her family for how many years? The last 2 years or something
That
like
doesn't
that?
make any sense to me when they go for a visit. And how far are they? Because if you're close to your family, but you guys didn't speak, you were always running away from your mother, but your grandmother, your grandfather, you were so close. Why are you not seeing your family members?
But Jazz did say that she has been isolating herself and staying in the house. And she said that her family didn't know how big she got. So,
Girl,
I don't know.
that's no excuse to me.
But
Why
it
did your
also
family
told.
visit you? Why didn't they visit you? Why didn't your mom visit you?
But that's my big thing. Like, if the mom didn't show up for the surgery, I don't expect the mom to show up anywhere, because I don't think she has a relationship with her mom. And it made me feel like Granny and Poppy raised Nisha. Not Nisha, Jazz.
Jazz. Huh.
Because they showed up for her and her mom didn't.
See, this is what I have a problem with. I know we're only watching what they've, and they probably cut a whole lot. it just doesn't make any sense to me. We get you met on this site. We get that Jazz do boudoir stuff and makes the money and pays the bills. Well, that's
Right.
what they said.
Right.
Oh,
She said
hold
that
on,
she's the
Auntie. Let me
breadwinner.
drop it again. Hold on. Let me drop it again, Auntie. Hold on.
I see. Oh.
Hold on. I'll drop it again. Debbie, you have me coughing.
No,
All
I
right.
don't.
All right, Auntie. There's the link. It says stream, restream. I just put it underneath your name. But it's just crazy to me that it could have been such a great show.
Yeah, it could have been.
And
It could
oh,
have been
Riley is
really.
back. Hey,
Oh,
Riley.
hello. It could have
Debbie,
been
I was
inspiration.
kidding.
You tell me don't grunt. You tell me be nice. I'm like, you know what? I just not gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say nothing. And keep my mouth
Auntie, do you
shut.
see the link? I dropped it underneath your name. I'm just like, they didn't do these two women justice, and then
Nope.
Nisha didn't do herself justice.
And they
But
didn't do the doctors justice either.
no, they
Because
didn't.
they brought in the therapist way at the end, and that should have been ongoing from the time she agreed to get on the plan and focus on doing the surgery. She should have been in therapy from the beginning. She should have been at a nutritionist from the beginning. They should have been given meal plans. Because
See, that's what I'm saying. It's
she
the
should have
editing.
never ran into the situation where she was low on protein.
Okay, I don't see Auntie. I dropped the link again. Okay, she doesn't know what's wrong. Okay, it's restream. It's just like StreamYard, except she doesn't know.
Maybe you can copy it and send it in a DM to her IG account.
I don't think I don't know if Auntie has.
She's on IG. I follow her on IG.
Okay, Debbie, copy the link and send it to her, please.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Auntie, she's going to send it to your IG. I don't know what's going on, but I've dropped it. I have no idea.
Copy link.
That is the link right there. I have no idea. But they could have done a better job.
Okay, Aunties.
See, and they did say that. Jazz was the breadwinner in the beginning.
Aunties
and
advice.
Nisha was her caretaker.
Shit. Message.
I like to see Auntie in chat. Thank you for coming in. Really, really, thank you.
Paste. Okay. I hope that worked.
Wait a
no,
minute.
that might not have worked.
Auntie said, Nisha came into my lives every week. She backpedaled on how they met. And I went on her live the other day. She ignored me. See, there is something wrong there. And Debbie and I were talking about that when we first started covering this show.
Copy.
Because Nisha had a roommate. And she said her roommate moved out. And she and Jazz had formed this great bond. And Jazz needed a place to stay. And she invited her to come, and it worked out fine because Jazz is the breadwinner, and and she was. This is crazy. So they've been lying, Debbie, from what I'm getting.
But I can't say that they're following a script, and it's as per usual with TLC. It's a poorly written script. And they saw two women of color who happened to be of plus size, and they did them dirty. That's my opinion. Auntie, I put it in the DM for your Auntie's Advice IG page. So it should be there.
Yep. I'm just like, I didn't even know. Girl, I don't even go on IG really anymore. I'm on the TikToks. You know that.
Child. You know my opinion of TikTok.
Look, I'm on the TikToks. That's why I stay. I just went and followed her. Celebrity blogger and influencer, YouTuber, reporter. I used to like when Auntie used to come on, and then when she would be live and she would sing, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, she has a beautiful voice.
You know what? Here's a fun fact. After my mother passed, I actually sent a note to Auntie thanking her.
Really?
During COVID, me and my mom used to watch her. And when it got to like the end stages, Auntie's laughter, and when she used to say, "Is it me? Is
Yep.
it me?" It was the only thing that would perk up my mom. Like,
Yep.
she would listen and like a little smile would come to her face when Auntie would laugh.
Yep.
So I thanked her for that.
Yep. She used to crack me up, and
Mhm.
she was like, Auntie is getting ready for bed, but this is especially with Paul and Carini, girl. I would
Mm.
run to Auntie's channel. I would run to her channel.
Mhm.
I would just go, ooh, and she would go at them. And then when she had
Mhm.
Eric's daughter and his
Mhm.
ex-wife, I
Mhm.
was like, here we go. So yes, I would watch Auntie. I did. I watched her. And you know how I
Mhm.
felt with that whole shit that happened with what's his face, your wet sock.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that was a
unsubscribed
mess.
to him after that.
Yeah.
I did not, and I just didn't like what he said. I didn't like
Mhm.
the way he responded. I wasn't happy at all, and that was it. That was it for me. I don't even follow him. I don't go look at his channel. If that's the way you felt, you showed your privilege right then and there.
Mhm.
Girl, TikTok shop is my addiction. To what, the plant guy, Brandon the plant guy is my addiction. Brandon the plant guy is my addiction. I done bought so many plants from Brandon. I'm gonna send him a message. You need to send me a free plant. But again, this whole situation with them is crazy. Oh, Auntie is backstage. Hold on, we get it. Good morning,
Good morning.
Auntie. Can you hear us? Debbie, ask Auntie, can she hear us?
Auntie, are you on mute? I'm not sure. We can't hear you, Auntie.
I can't hear her, and she's not on mute.
Mm.
I think because I think maybe she had me blocked, and that's why she didn't see the link.
Oh.
Tell her come back in again.
Yeah,
And
see if
bring
you
her
can
up.
come back in, Auntie.
You bring her up.
Ugh.
No, because this whole thing with Amber and John and all that stuff. Yeah, you bring her up.
Oh.
I think that's why she probably didn't see my link.
Oh, really? Oh, let me
Because you
stay out
remember
of
when
that.
I tried to respond to her, it wasn't
Mhm.
going through when she left a comment, and then you did it, it went through.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Hold on, Riley. You just want somebody to fight with, but I'm not here for that.
Yeah, send her a message and tell her to come back up because we didn't hear her. And
Okay.
yeah, so I didn't hear her. Riley just want to come in and start trouble.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie, I concur, but I prefer our wars just so you. Oh, Debbie, he wants to fight this morning. Jesus.
I know.
Riley, where is Lexi? We don't need you getting into trouble.
Forget Lexi. Where's the dog? Come sick, bite. Oh, here she is. Here she is.
Okay, you bring her.
Morning, Auntie.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
And thank you for coming up. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for
Hey.
covering it. I just happened to be up here sorting laundry and I clicked on your channel because I watch. I don't say anything, but I watch.
No, you don't, Auntie. No, you don't, Auntie. Did you hear me? No, I'm just go ahead.
No, I know. I watch your channel. I just, don't comment a lot, because I don't.
Okay.
Some people are funny about other content creators coming in. I know you've never been, but
No, I
some people
haven't
are
been.
very funny about.
Nope. And I used to watch you all. I was just telling Debbie all the time, especially with the Paul and Karina situation, with Eric and Lita situation. But now it's gotten worse, and I'm sure you heard
Yeah,
about
it's
what's going on with
horrible.
them.
About
So,
who?
but Eric and Lita,
Oh yeah, you know I went through some hell and high water with her and her husband, so I don't cover
yes.
anything about her. And then someone reached out to me this morning about David, and I was like, I'm just so disappointed in how he's acting with that, because I know his whole entire family.
Mm-hmm.
Or so I'm just, he's acting like this is the first time he's ever had a baby, and I just whatever. But I just saw your message, and I don't know if I had replied. I was like, oh my gosh, she sent me a message. I'm gonna have to go back and read it. Thank you so much for your message. Oh my God.
No, it was I was thanking you because you
Yes,
got me
you
and my mom through
were.
a very hard time, and at the end you were one of the very few voices that she responded to.
Oh,
So
God
many
bless her.
people don't give thanks for little things like that, but you meant.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna go back and read it, and I'm gonna respond. Let me tell you something, honey. Them DMs be dangerous. So a lot of times, a
No,
lot of
I
times
just
I
figured
don't
that
DM.
like people are always DMing you, so I just got lost in the
They
shuffle.
do.
But I said I knew that I gave thanks where thanks was due. So
Oh, thank you
mhm.
so much. Thank you so much. How you been holding up?
It was rough.
I know it
Very
was.
rough. Yeah, very rough, auntie. And because the day her mom passed, I told her to go close the room, her mom's door to her room. I said, take
Yeah.
a nice hot bath, have a drink. Debbie gets up, she goes, well, I'm drinking now. I said, I told you to take a bath first. Calm down.
Oh, I'm
But
hoping it'll get better. I know how that feels. I lost my mom very early
oh,
in life.
I didn't
So
know that. Oh my
yeah, I
God.
lost my mom. I was my mom's caretaker.
Mhm.
When she had the colon cancer for three
Mhm.
years. And so I was 20, 21
Oh, that's
when I
young.
lost my mom. Yeah, and I had
Oh,
taken care of
auntie.
her. Like I left my job and everything just to take care of
Mhm.
my mom. So I know how that is, and I was young. And then turn
Mhm.
around 5 months later, I lost my dad.
Oh,
Wow.
auntie.
So, so I trust me, I know grief.
Mhm.
I know
Oh
what
my
it
God. See,
looks
now y'all
like.
have me. I got tears. This is,
Oh, don't have
Mhm.
I'm
tears.
just,
Don't have.
I have tears. Oh my God. I'm
So I
just,
know how that
but what do
is.
you have to say? Look, what do you have to say about Nisha and
I
Jazz? I really
peeped
want
this
to know.
relation. I peeped this relationship out episode 1. And Nisha was in my chat every week.
Mhm.
And not only was she in my chat, she was in my comments. But
Mhm.
Jazz never showed up. And
Mhm.
if you know my style, right, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to deep dive on what people don't usually see. And one of the things that I talked about often was that the relationship they didn't serve each other. Nisha served Jazz.
Mhm.
Yes.
And Jazz had came in, right? They had said that they were on a site together. So I did find out that they were site girls. I thought it was OnlyFans. Nisha corrected me in the comments saying that it wasn't OnlyFans. But they met actually on one of those little, you know, sites.
But
Mhm.
Nisha said that they met in this Facebook group for it was BB. You remember she named it
It
all.
wasn't a Facebook group. It's
Ooh.
not a Facebook group. Trying to find it. Nisha said it wasn't OnlyFans, right? She came in and said it wasn't OnlyFans, but she would not say what it was.
So
And
it
I
was like a
did,
fetish site.
yeah,
Ooh.
because if you notice in episode 1, Jazz, and I showed the pictures on my site, Jazz had the cameras and stuff up,
Yes.
Oh,
and
yes, she
Yes.
did.
She had
and
the
she
ring
had
lights, the
on,
camera, her whole bedroom was set up like a
yeah,
boudoir. She got all the
Yes.
fancy
yeah,
little negligees and bathing
yeah.
don't swim.
So I
Mm.
picked that out,
Mhm.
right? And I peeped out a lot of things about their relationship. And I knew that it was not a legit relationship. So when you said that Nisha was the caregiver, that was the only place that I did not go to because she served not only her but the kids. Remember when she went? I made a very big deal of when they went to go and get the bunk beds. That Nisha was the one that was walking around looking at the bunk beds, and I'm thinking, why is Jazz there if she's not looking for her own daughters? She has a wheelchair. She can be pushed around to look for her own. So when you said that, I was like, are you freaking kidding? That was the only place I did not go in my thinking was that she was, I think, hired to take care of Jazz.
Ooh.
So when you
See,
said
when I
that, I was like, ding, like a bell went
no,
off.
see, because when I said it, like in my head, I see her there doing the cooking, the cleaning, rubbing cream on her back, bringing her food,
Yep.
Yup.
and then Nisha also said something in the first episode. She was like, Jazz is the breadwinner.
Yup.
And Jazz was like, "That's right." She was lording it over Nisha.
Yep. And I thought that the whole time, and I would cover that every week. I would say something about that relationship. It was not balanced. It wasn't a relationship between two girlfriends. And Nisha was at every doctor's appointment with her.
Yep.
And her mom never showed up. Her grandparents didn't show up until the end. Again, as you had mentioned, I think one of y'all mentioned earlier, when she went to the house, she had never seen her pictures. Her friends were not connected. None of their friends were connected with Jazz. They knew of Jazz, but they weren't connected to Jazz. And so when I went on, so the other day I was on TikTok and I saw Nisha live. And I'm not a big TikTok person. I go out there and I peek and I get off of it. But Nisha was live. And I went into Nisha's live and I made like 3 comments. And you don't have to acknowledge me, but she never acknowledged me. And she kept talking around me. And I was like, Nisha, I done stepped on your toes. You've been a content creator long enough, when you step on somebody's toes. And I could tell I stepped on Nisha's toes and she did not want to dialogue with me in the comments at all. Yet she's always on my live and in my comment section during the replay. So I think that a lot of things that I said were accurate, but I'm telling you, when you said she was the caregiver, I said, bam, there it was.
Yep.
That's
And that's what
exactly.
and that's what we've been saying, Auntie, because the relationship is not balanced. There is not a friendship there.
No.
And I get so mad when I see, she's taking care of Nisha's daughter as well. I mean, of Jazz's daughter as well. Because
But I
Jazz
don't
can't do
believe
anything.
Jazz's daughter lives there. I don't believe Jazz has custody of her daughter.
But don't you think it's strange when they went to put that bed in the room and then after the surgery, we didn't see the bed in that room, which doesn't make sense to me. If Jazz is doing all of this stuff in a room that her daughter shares with her, that didn't make any sense to me.
No, the bed was there when she
I
did it
didn't
because
see
it
it.
was unmade. Because I was looking at the bed, it was unmade. It looked just shabby. And I just was thinking to myself, you mean to tell me they know that she's going to be interviewing and filming and they would make up the bed? I noted that in my mind, right? Because I looked at the bed and I was like, why is this so unpacked? But they made it appear that she was with the grandparents. But I don't believe that little girl lives with. Here's what I assume. That little girl is being taken care of by her mother. Her mother's resentful. Doesn't really want to have anything to do with Jazz, but is taking care of the baby.
Ooh. That would
Mother
make sense.
never showed up. Never. The only time she showed up was at the feast. And that's when Jazz went into the dialogue of, I don't have a great relationship. I screwed my mother over. I was a horrible kid. And my mom doesn't trust me. But I believe that the mom is the caretaker, or either the baby daddy is the caretaker, because that little girl didn't live there. There's no way that you have kids, right? And you're a mom, that you're going to move somewhere without your kids. You're just not going to do
Exactly.
it. And especially if they have autism. And I'm thinking, why wasn't that big in there before? When she moved in, she tried to allude to the fact that the little girl was sleeping with her. I didn't believe that, because that's where you were making your money. You were making your money in your bed. So why would you have the baby in the bed? Jazz never. I know she watched me, because I got the word on the curb that she watches me. She didn't particularly care for me. And I think that she didn't because I was stepping on her toes. So Nisha was the one that would come into the live. Nisha was the one that would make the comments. So I'm telling you, I think y'all are 100% on point that Nisha was the caregiver.
So, thank you for that. Thank you, because I mean, because sometimes Debbie and I think we go just a little too deep, but it just makes sense that she's the caregiver. And when you said that you don't think the little girl lives there, that brings to mind of all the times they've gone out to eat, they've gone to the beach, they went to Big Bear, which didn't make sense to me with her legs swelling and them going up that elevation. I've been there before, and the fact that didn't make any sense to me. Why would you take her up there knowing her knee is really bad? She's swollen. That's not going to help her knee at all. So that
Nope.
makes
And
sense.
what
'Cause
did
I
you
want
all
to know,
think about
where's
the
this little
relationship
girl
with
at
your
doing all of
girlfriends?
this?
Did you all assess the relationship with your girlfriends? The girlfriends they didn't really know Jazz.
Nope.
They didn't know her. And if you're a roommate and you live with somebody, I've had a roommate before, your families know each other, right? So I just was like, there's a disconnect here. This is not a girlfriend relationship between the two of them.
Ooh. Debbie, what do you think?
With regards to the friends, now I'm noticing that.
Yep.
But I will say, to their credit, they were impartial to both of them.
Yes.
They were impartial, to their credit. They were impartial to both of them. And I like Tiffany, like, taking some of the pressure off of Nisha when Jazz couldn't get out of the car right away.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was just what they need to provide a buffer between, because that's a lot of stress that Nisha was under regarding Jazz. Because it's one thing when she's in semi decent health, taking care of her, but when her health started sliding, then that's a whole separate level of pressure. And she was cracking. And I felt for her. I'm sorry. I don't know if any of you guys are hearing the static. I apologize.
It's okay. It's
No,
okay.
But
Auntie has static.
no,
I think it's
but
me with
yeah,
the staff.
Yeah, it's Auntie has a little static. It comes and
but
goes.
okay. I thought it was me. So yeah, I like I appreciated the friends coming in. Did I agree with them going to Big Bear? No, because it wasn't really ADA accessible. It didn't make sense. But then that made me think that TLC rented that cabin for it to be as uncomfortable as possible. And that would just agitate more fights. And I think they were trying to do. Um, I just didn't. This could have been so much better. Could have been
Yes,
so
it's
much
good.
better.
I agree.
I
I agree.
Yeah, like for a show, like they were giving these two women an opportunity, and I just think they tried to do them dirty, bring out tropes and stereotypes And like I felt horrible for the doctors because at one point I was like, wait a minute. So they just let them out into the wild with shots and no guidance? That's how they made it appear. But no doctor worth their salt and who doesn't want a malpractice suit would have ever done that. And if somebody is looking at a show like this and considering a weight loss journey, I think this was real jankety.
Yeah, because it was unacceptable for Jasmine to come to surgery with food on her in her belly.
Yes,
That
they would have
surgery
never
in a
checked that.
regular, I've had surgery. Your stomach has to be absolutely empty.
Yeah, and they're operating on her stomach. Oh my God. Like, that made no sense to me. That's why I thought it was
None.
badly written.
Because that
But,
surgery should have been canceled. It should
See,
have
that's
yes.
been
what I'm talking
canceled.
about. Yeah, the
Mhm.
editing is horrible. Auntie, what did you think about every time they had in between scenes, they're always showing a whole bunch of food?
Thought it was disgusting. Again, I think that it goes back to what Debbie said. It's a stereotype. They stereotyped them. That Thanksgiving dinner at her grandmother's house was disgusting.
With the food they were piling on that plate.
That
Oh,
was
we got to make
just
sure she.
disgusting.
Yeah,
That was
But she was
disgusting.
supposed to be on the liquid diet then. How they gonna go and eat all like that in front of her knowing she has a food addiction?
No, she wasn't. Which one you talking about? Because the one I'm talking about is when she went
it's
to the
when they went to the
grandma's house.
grandparents' house.
Oh, wait, but wasn't that the catfish meal?
Yes,
Oh, but Miss, it was who was it from the church? The elder from the church. She was real like it looked like she had put 3 plates in front of Jazz.
he
That
She
did.
did.
that like I know she's fluffy, but nobody asked for 3 plates. And then Nisha, you gave her 1 plate. Like what was going on there?
It was disgusting. If you want more food, you can go back and get it. Why would you pile all of that on at one time? And then she sits there and go, I'm not going to eat all of this because she was doing the shots then. She goes,
Mhm.
I'm not going to be able to eat all of this because I have decided that I'm going to do the surgery. But wouldn't you have told your see the whole thing that makes sense to me?
It
None of
didn't.
it
And the
made
thing
sense to
about
me.
it is, it really put a bad light on the shot, right? Ozempic or
Mhm.
whatever. It put a bad light on that because people's lives have been saved as a result of those shots.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And it showed that the doctor, in my opinion, as Debbie said, it shows malpractice because if she doesn't have the protein levels, right, in order to go through the surgery, it should not have been done. And then here we see weeks later, she fall a day, what, for a couple of days, 4 or 5 days later, she
Mhm.
falls and now she can't walk and she's on
yeah.
Mhm.
oxygen and everything, right? And that's because she abused the medicine. She did not use it as directed or as instructed. And the surgery should have never been done. A
Especially when
doctor,
she's yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, when she goes and she tells the doctor she had tacos the night before, that surgery should have been canceled.
Canceled.
Mhm.
Canceled. Canceled. Absolutely canceled. And
It
But
did.
she
it just made the doctor look bad,
Mhm.
um, because my doctor would never allow me to lose muscle mass and then
Mhm.
allow me to go and have surgeries. No way.
Yep.
I'm not eating. My doctor says, "Oh, I don't care if you're eating as long as you get down." She didn't lose the weight that she was supposed to. She should have gotten under 500 pounds. She did not. And it was just like they were going to do this surgery by hook or by crook. And
Mm.
it just gave a bad, in my opinion, it just put a bad light on the doctor. So I
Mhm.
agree, this did not look right because we all have doctors and
Yep.
there are going to be certain things, I had mentioned in my review that I had a colonoscopy done. I have, that's how my mom died. It's in my family bloodline,
Mhm.
colon cancer. So I have screenings every 2 to 3 years on my colon. You have to be completely clean. I mean, I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
clean, clean, clean before they will
Mm-hmm.
roll you back to get your IV in, right? And I'm thinking this girl has tacos on her stomach and an enchilada.
Mm-hmm.
It just showed the abuse of the food, how they abuse food, especially Nisha. Nisha completely abused food. Every time you saw her, she was with her friend Bree, and they would.
Mm-hmm.
So so it made it appear that she wasn't supporting her. But again, as you said, I truly believe it now. She was her
And that's
kid.
what Debbie and that's what Debbie and I talked about last week. How she, well, the last 2 weeks, how she was abusing that shot. And Ryan just said it. She wasn't doing what she needed to do with the instructions. And that doctor gave her instructions before
Yeah,
she left that office.
But I've also heard that with those shots, you need to be doing some sort of weight training in order not to lose muscle mass. You need to keep your protein up. And it doesn't seem like, based on the edit, she wasn't doing any of that until the end.
none, 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 zero, zero.
And that's, if she wasn't doing anything before that, that's very misleading to the viewers.
Yup.
And if she wasn't doing it in truth, then I'm looking at the doctors. I'm looking at the doctors. It's just a horrible edit.
And the thing about Dr. Now that I like about Dr. Now is that Dr. Now shows you the result, be it good, bad, or ugly. Okay? We never saw Jasmine's results. We never saw Jasmine 6 months later down by 200 pounds. We never saw it. So I think that that she endured more complications. Um, and I just was disappointed with the end. I just was disappointed with the end. And I think that Niecy was angry with me too because I told her, get over it. Your mother has apologized over and over and over. How many times does she have to apologize, right? And you're blaming your weight gain on your being in a cult. Like, girl, bye, stop. I gave her empathy. I read her mother down to the ground. And then I moved off of it. But week after week, this is Misha's problem. No, your problem is that you want to eat. That's it.
And I just said that.
Wait, I want to go back to Jazz because you made a good point, Auntie. We never saw like the end results, even like a few
No,
weeks after. All she
no,
said was that she lost like 160 something pounds. If you think about it, she lost 133 to get the surgery. So then 30 to 40 additional pounds afterwards. Like,
that
for
was
a
it.
person of her size, I don't, like Jamal said, because we talked about this show with my friend Jamal on the commentary zone. He said he doesn't think that she lost enough, and maybe that's why they didn't focus on a follow-up.
Wow. I was disappointed that they did not show it because every weight loss show, like I said, Dr. Now is going to show the good, the bad, and the ugly. Whether you lost, whether you didn't lose, we saw nothing.
Yeah.
Now,
And if we
Nisha looked like
compare it to
she lost.
Tammy after she got her stuff.
Who?
No, go ahead, Auntie.
You said
No,
who,
if you
Tammy?
compare it to Tammy, yeah, and after she got her surgery, she was pissing off weight.
And the thing about
She
it
really
was
was.
with Tammy, we
Mhm.
saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. And
Yeah.
that's editing with integrity, right? We didn't see anything, but we don't know what Jazz looks like.
No.
So something's off. Something's off. I did enjoy the show. My subscribers enjoyed reviewing the show. We enjoyed Nisha coming in. I think that Nisha thought, in the beginning that she was going to be exempt from getting red, but she got red too. Um, because she can't hold her mom there. So, like I said, when I went into her live, I think it was Friday, she totally ignored me. And I
And I
think she
just
did
said
that
the
for
same thing, Auntie. She can't hold her mom responsible for the fact that she left at the age of 22, but you using that as a crutch to keep eating and eating and eating. And if you left at 22, you were having issues with what happened in this cult, you should have went to seek help. Nowhere through this episode has she ever mentioned going to talk
Nope.
someone about her
Nope.
eating addiction. Nowhere.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Did nothing to help herself. And then we're not even gonna talk about Joe. We we
Mm.
we we
Mm.
not even gonna talk about Joe. I
I
don't want
think
to
he
take
had a
over
fetish
y'all
for big women.
broadcast.
Yeah, I think he had a fetish for big women, but he didn't want her as his girlfriend. And you put yourself in that position for 20 years with some man that didn't acknowledge you unless he came over to sleep with you, never took you on a date. You look desperate. And you, girl, come on now. That was sad.
That was
Sad.
very sad.
I wouldn't even put that on TV. I
Why
wouldn't
do
have
you think
even
she
put that on
did
TV.
though?
Because
That's
she has no
For sympathy.
self-esteem. She's
Yep.
got no self-esteem and she wants to be the victim.
Yep. For sympathy.
what do you mean?
Well, the cult, she was the victim.
Yes.
And now with Joel, she's the victim.
Hmm.
Hmm.
There's
Because
Well,
things that
he'll
make you
he'll
go, hmm.
he'll treat her like dirt, probably slip up and
Hmm.
say, spread your fat ass or something. And
don't.
then he'll be like, she'll then it'll snap again. You could believe what he said to me last night. And you fed him a pork chop dinner afterwards. She want to be a victim. Because you notice all the time he's asking for food when he come over
Yep.
there. It's
Food.
food and fucking. That's
Yep.
what
That's
that
it.
is.
Food and fucking. That's all he wanted. That's it. If he couldn't get it from somebody else, he knows Nisha's gonna spread it wide open for him.
I disagree.
What do you think?
I do agree with being a victim, but I think he played the role. I think that there is a relationship between the two of them. I absolutely believe there's a relationship. But she
Really?
used, yes, indeed. Don't no woman fuck no man for 20 years. And then sit at the end of the episode, what did she say? I had a weak moment and I went back to Joe. I think that Joe played that role for her to make her appear to be the victim in every area of her life. But I believe there absolutely is a relationship between her and Joe. Absolutely.
So then
So
why would he allow himself to come on the People TV? And like I did not have a good perception of him based on the edit.
Some people are willing to play the bad guy. Look at all these reality shows and stuff like that.
that's true.
Somebody got to do it. People are willing to get that little check and that coin, right? Because what is he doing? What is his profession? Did we ever find that out?
No.
No, I don't know.
He
They didn't
may
go too
have,
deep into him.
they did not. And he may have, he may want to be into social media. He may want to be in film and TV. That was his opportunity. There's a relationship
Huh.
anytime he comes over and puts together those beds. There is a relationship. Your sex buddy does not put beds together. That's Task Rabbit, or something else, right? That's not your sex partner. I'm just saying, that's
Huh.
just my opinion. Never. You're not coming to the house to put nothing together. I think that there was a legit
Well, that's
relationship
true.
between.
That's true. If that's your fuck buddy, he's not gonna come put stuff together for you. He's just
No.
coming to get it and quit it. That's true.
And that's all you want him to do, right? That's all I want you to do. This is where you are, right? But I don't know. I thought the show was good. I thought that there were a lot of things that you all have opened my eyes up. I swear to God. Like I had no intention on clicking on no damn link. But that comment opened my eyes up to say, oh my God, Auntie, that's exactly what it was.
The
Oh
reason
my
why I
God.
said it though was because I saw a lot of myself with my mom and her. I
Okay.
did like with the caretaking. I mean, I was my mother's caretaker for 10 years.
Okay. 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 And see, I did
But
it for some.
She had dementia.
yeah, but Auntie, when you
Oh, okay.
okay, so
Mhm.
Debbie, I'm gonna have to go reassess this whole Joel situation. I'm gonna have to watch again because Auntie is right. If you have a F buddy, right? Your
Mhm.
friend is not going to say, well, why don't you call Joel to do it? Joel is not your handyman. He's just coming to hit
Yeah.
it and quit it. And you're,
Yeah.
yeah. And he's not going to be asking you for food and coming. So what are you going to cook for?
No.
Auntie, I never thought. See, you just opened my eyes
I
to that.
don't
You
know,
just
but
not.
then if there was something more, then why like he didn't do right by her by that dinner.
Well,
Girl, that wasn't no
but
damn
as
dinner.
you said, Debbie, you're the one who said that she had to be the victim.
Yeah.
Victim for which top to eat breakfast during the night. So just playing into that, oh my God, Nisha, poor Nisha, which is why I think
Yeah.
that Nisha at the end was shocked that I read her the way that I did, right? Because I
Mm.
saw it all, right? But I saw Jazz as well. But I probably, if I had the mindset that you all had that she was the caretaker, I probably would not have assessed Jasmine the way that I did. I knew that they weren't friends. I had already established that, but I couldn't understand the dynamics. The caretaker makes much more. I may have to do me a follow up review
Well, I'm gonna have
because
to come in there and listen
See?
to this because you don't hit me up with some stuff. And then someone put in
Mhm.
the chat that Nisha said that they met on IG, but then she said Facebook, and now I'm hearing it was some fetish website from you, and
it was.
I'm believing it's a fetish website.
It
It
was
said
Yeah.
a
the
fetish
BBL.
website.
Yep,
And you know what? It would make sense because the place where they're living, the rent has to be higher.
it's
She
high as hell.
stipulated that Jazz was the breadwinner, so she's paying more of the rent and have the master bedroom. And Nisha has a smaller bedroom and paying a smaller portion of the rent. She can pay back in kind by being a caretaker and providing all of
Yeah.
Jazz's wants and needs
And
to
I had
balance it out.
said about the apartment because someone had come in my comments and was like, Nisha need to do what Jazz do. Jazz is telling her, paying the majority of the rent. I said, but I'm sure that Nisha's the one with the credit because
Yes,
credit is more valuable than money.
yes.
Well,
So,
then
mhm.
Nisha has to be not just returning back to hairdressing. Maybe she has been doing it all of this time because I'm beginning to feel like the mother's at-home daycare center wasn't for real. Because who shuts down a daycare center in 30 days?
And yep, and we discussed that. We discussed that.
Unless the city is shutting it down.
Yep, we discussed that, Auntie, because normally it's going to take parents anywhere from 30 to 90 days. You're just, and all those kids she had there, they're not going to be able to go out and just find a place for their child.
Yeah.
So I think it was already planned, and they just wrote it in that she was going to shut it down, and then they reenacted, the conversation. Nisha had to know that that daycare was going to be shut down.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Mm-hmm.
no way you're just going
But
to close your
Mm-hmm.
daycare.
we only saw like a little plastic slide and castle thing on the outside, but where was there on the inside facilities for the children? Where was the schoolroom? Where was the bookshelves? Where was
Zero.
the little bed?
Exactly.
Zero. Zero.
Yeah, so again, even real.
It probably wasn't. They probably wanted to find some kind of way to bring in the religious factor of it and
Mhm.
bring the mom in, right? Because even with the mom, when the mom hugged her and when Nisha cried,
Mhm.
it just wasn't genuine. Mm-mm.
I
Mm.
just said that. I told that to Debbie. I don't know if you were
Mhm.
in here at that time. I told Debbie that was something. I said that mother was not sorry. I said she was just telling Nisha what she wanted to hear
Yeah.
because they both were in that cult. I said, So I didn't buy her apology at all.
I didn't buy Nisha needing it.
Because
I
the way
did not
Nisha
buy
was,
Nisha needing it.
because the way she was coming off at first was like she said, because y'all don't know what happened to me. I'm thinking she was S8 or something. And girl, a food addiction, and you're still doing it, and you're still hanging on to it. No,
No. I
no,
did not buy Nisha needing that apology from her mother.
nope. I didn't buy it.
thought the whole thing was scripted.
Well, if you needed an apology from your mother and you're holding so much animosity in your craw towards your mother, like how
Why
you
you
still
look
working
for?
with her?
Thank you.
Exactly. Bam.
Exactly.
It
Bam.
didn't make sense to me because
Bam.
I'm a person who hates. I'm petty like that. And if I don't like you, I don't fuck with you. I'm not gonna be around you.
Hello, somebody.
Yeah.
If I don't like you, I'm not coming in your space, and you're not coming in mine by
Right.
invitation, by somebody else or not. You know how you will have people and they say, "Oh, well, I just invited such and such." Okay, well, I'm out of this mother. You know what I mean? If I don't like you, I don't want to be in your space.
Yep.
And then another thing, who's taking care of Jazz during the day while Nisha is working at the daycare?
Thank you. So the whole day she laying up in bed with a jug of water next to her and maybe a snack. Like it don't make sense. She is there taking care of her. And I wouldn't be surprised if the apartment was an Airbnb that they had just to film in the show. Maybe she does hair at home or something. I don't know. Maybe she does it with that lady that was also in the cult that she goes to the hairdresser.
Now, I believe that there is more of a relationship between Nisha and that lady at that daggone hairdresser. I absolutely
Those
believe
two
that.
know each other.
Yes,
Those
they
two
do.
know each other.
Yes,
Because the way
they
how
do.
they look at each other whenever they're filming, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. There's a relationship between the two of them as it relates to her, Nisha's mom, and that cult. Absolutely. Because when they went
And
and
I
got their hair done, and it was the thing about the cheers and all of that, I'm thinking something else is going on here, right? But you don't know. You just let it play all the way out. But when she was trying to make the decision to have a conversation with her mom, where did she go? Back to that hairdresser.
Exactly.
They absolutely were in the cult together. But identify the cult. Identify the church. Who's the pastor? Where is it?
They might
What
not be
church
able to
was
do that for legal purposes, though.
No, but when she was saying she wanted to confront him, so is she tracking him? Does she know where he's at?
Exactly. That's the reason why I was like, okay, so who is it?
They
She
never
said if
said
she
his
wanted to
name.
confront
Never.
him. She said she wanted to confront him. Let's confront him. Where is he? Where's the church? Where's the neighborhood of the church? So, I mean, I don't have the time to seek it out. If I was unemployed or, not working, I would have time to, dig and stuff like that. But I just was like, so we're just talking about this church, but we haven't identified it. Was it a Baptist? Was it Pentecostal? Was it Catholic? Like, what kind of church? Like, we never got those details. We just got it was a cult. But what was the denomination?
I don't know, but I'm gonna have to look up some because I'm retired now, so I'm gonna have to look up some cults in California to see.
Oh, you retired?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations. When'd you do that?
Well, I've been trying to go out since last year, but I finally did it toward the end of February, middle of March, and they kept trying to keep me. And Debbie was the one that was telling me, you're not really going. I said, yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I finally just pulled the plug on it. But I got
congratulations to you.
Thank you. But the reason I stayed as long as I did is because I had a problem with my leg and I was getting treatment on it. And HR told me it'll be best if you just go out on leave, and then you'll get all your medical covered. And that's why I stayed. I was out for like 3 months before I even went back in, before they released me to go back in. And once they released me, I put that paperwork right back through again.
But
And I was in it.
didn't you relocate?
Yes, I relocated to Spokane, Washington.
And so are you still in Washington or you
Yep, I'm
came
still in
back?
Washington State. I love it here. Love it here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
But I'm actually doing a little consulting right now on a different project for another company. So it's nothing that I have to go in the office for or do anything. I can do it from home, and I can set up all the operating procedures. I've gone into meetings with teams and stuff, but that's just something I'm doing just to help them out. It's a new startup. So other than that, I've been reading, walking, just enjoying my time, but I'm actually getting bored now. I'm getting bored.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you. I'm going out next year.
See, it just became a headache. And honestly, Auntie, I was always sick. It was the stress. I was sick all the time.
Because you're in the
I
legal field, right?
well, I can't. No, no,
Okay. Okay.
I did. I went to school for law for forever, but then I changed my major. So I was a supply chain manager, and I had the warehouse. I had purchasing. I had a purchasing manager. I had a warehouse manager, but it seemed like everything came down on me, and it just got a little bit too stressful. And I was
Okay.
sick all the time. I had headaches all the time, and I
Okay.
found myself working on the weekends to do my stuff because I was always covering someone else's stuff. So
Okay.
it just got to be, and I was looking to take a step down role, but I can't take a step down role and have somebody else be my boss in a company where I was the boss at. You see what I'm saying? I couldn't do that. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
congratulations to you.
I'm
Congratulations.
happy with it. But and when I was reached out to do some consulting, I thought about it, and they actually the HR director was the one that gave them my name and contacted me herself to say, hey, I don't know if you're interested in this, but I do have someone that's looking to get some consultant work on setting up supply chain and everything else and the different operations. So I said, I had a talk with them for a while, and then I said, okay. And I said, how long is this going to be? And they said anywhere from 2 to 3 months. I said, I can do that. So yeah, but it's good.
Congrats. Because I'm
Yeah,
trying to go out myself.
I'm telling you, I just had to go out, and I don't think I would have left if it would have been a balance, you know what I mean? But I didn't have any.
Hmm.
My team had a life work balance, but I didn't. You see what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah,
Understood.
yeah, I
Understood.
didn't. But I just it's been good. I have not been sick. Ex Debbie, I haven't been sick. I haven't had a cold. I haven't had I would have migraines so bad I couldn't even lift my head off the pillow.
Mm. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so I haven't had any of that. And it was just telling me it was stress. And one of the guys that retired that worked for me, he told me, he said, Heidi, he said, you've changed since over the last 3 or 4 months. He goes, this job is going to be the death of you. And he told me that. And I was like, he goes, your personality is definitely changing. So I took all of that into consideration. And when I snapped that one day at work, I said, oh, this is bad. This is bad. I actually snapped at my director.
Yeah, it's
Mm.
time to go. Well,
Yep.
ladies,
Mhm.
thank y'all for so much for letting me come
Thank
up.
you for
I
coming.
Thank
And
you.
I did not
I'm going to
mean
be
before
looking out
Mrs.
for your.
Roberts. I didn't mean to hijack Heidi's
No, you're
channel.
fine. But I'm going to look out for your new commentary because I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, because after
Yes,
Debbie said
ma'am.
that, I like Debbie floored me. I was like, wait a minute, what?
Hmm.
It
We've
just
been
makes so much
discussing this
sense.
honestly since maybe the second episode from what maybe the third from what we were seeing. We were discussing that, and but we kept trying to figure out what kind of site was it, and I was thinking she was on OnlyFans with all the boudoir stuff, and yeah, that's what. Yep, but we
She
got it
came on
though.
and corrected me. She came on and corrected me and said I wasn't on OnlyFans, but she never said what it was. You were on the site, boo. Let's talk about it. But she would not tell me which one it was.
Because she
And I
doesn't want
know
us
it's a
to go
site
look.
for yeah, I know it's a site for obese women, extremely obese women. So I think it's like one of those eaters. I think
Then
they're
that would make
eaters.
sense because Jazz says you cook like you feed in an army, so maybe she used to like do
Yeah, and then Jack, and
the
then when
eating
we
ones.
go back to look at when she had the camera up,
Mm-hmm.
there was food there. And I said, she's probably somebody's feeding. She's probably an eater, and some people feed her.
Yep.
Yep, so that was like the second episode, I think. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
back and look.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go back and
yeah.
look. I think that was
I
the
think she's
second
on one
episode.
of those.
But Auntie, have you heard if they're gonna get a second season or not?
No, they haven't even heard.
They set it up like there was going to be a second season focusing on Nisha.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Especially
Because you
with
Nisha's
haven't
that
that
seen
last
it.
interesting.
clip. No, with that last clip where she said she slipped and went back to Joel and she made the promise to Jazz. Well, she didn't really promise. She just said, I hear you. And then they did the pinky thing.
I don't
I
think
think
Well,
they
that
set it up.
Nisha can
Jen,
carry
I'm
it.
gonna
I don't
have
think
you to get
she's
your money
interesting
back.
enough.
Jen
I
just
don't.
sent a super chat, and do you guys see it? It's not there. Jen, I'm gonna send you what I have. It says no super chat, so I need you to ask for a refund on that. Yeah, because
Ladies,
it's
I'm
not showing
gone.
up.
Thank you so much. I gotta
Thank
You're
go
welcome.
you.
Have a
now.
good Sunday.
Have a great Sunday, and you're welcome up anytime. Thank
Thank
you.
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Oh, that was so nice of her, Debbie.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was so nice of
That was
her.
sweet.
Jen, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna send you what I have, so you'll see it. Jen just sent us a super chat, and it says no new super chats or members yet. So I just sent it to her. That was so
Okay.
nice, Auntie.
That was like that made my Sunday. Yay.
It made my Sunday. And now I'm waiting. I need to see. She says she's going to do another review. So,
Yeah,
I got to
I
see
want to see
this.
that. Yeah,
Look,
I want
I
to
got
see
to
that.
see this. But it was nice of her. And Debbie, everything that she was saying about Joe, girl, I need to go back and watch because she makes a good point. Nobody that you're just sleeping with or just having occasional sex with is going to
Mm-hmm.
come and put a bed together. That makes sense.
Hmm.
If I got a fuck buddy, I'm not going to call him to put something together for me. I know what he wants.
But here's the thing, though. Like I said, I thought she liked him more than he liked her.
And that's true. And that's what I was seeing. But the
Mm-hmm.
fact that Jazz even knew about Joe, but she said they were
Mm-hmm.
F buddies. But yeah, so for 20 years, yeah, I'm going to have to go back and watch those scenes. I really will. Hi, ASOPs. I'm going to have to go back and watch those scenes. But I'm looking to see if we're going to have a new season. A new season. And I'm going to check and see if Nisha is live anytime today because I'm going to go in her chat and I'm going to ask her. So, are you and Joe really in a relationship and you think this is up for TV? That's what I'm going to ask her. I really will. Real Housewives of Miami. Let's get that. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. Let's hit it. What did you think about
Okay.
that episode?
What happened in this episode?
Oh,
Was this the
wait a
baby
minute.
shower?
Did you hear when Auntie said that she watches the channel, but she just don't commentate because some
Uh-huh.
people get no. I don't mind at all. This
No.
is when they were going. Let's see. Gertie and Julia had a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Alexia.
That was fake. That was fake. I didn't believe that conversation at all.
Okay. Alexia met what? Some kind of guru when they were going to have a narcissist party.
Okay, so the only thing that I took away from that was that she needs to wear more garments with sleeves because the crepey skin is taking
Girl,
over.
you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. So, oh my God. Her skin is horrible. But she was having a Greek themed narcissistic party. And
How
I'm
you
like,
having a narcissistic party to tell
she's
me I'm a
a narcissist.
narcissist as your guest? Like, fuck you in that invitation. I just don't like her.
Now, what I didn't like was when Larsa met with Kiki and her son, and she went to meet with that young man dressed the way she was, and then gonna ask him, does he have a girlfriend?
Because she was looking to see if he was available.
I didn't like that at all, Debbie. That rubbed me the wrong way. Your
Stop
first
looking
time
at your
meeting this
friends'
young man.
kids. But she's known for looking at her friends' kids. Think about it.
I just can't. And I'm serious. Anybody in here, you bring your friend to meet your son who's in college, and you know she has a history of going after young men. And then notice she got up, she walked around to hug the son. The other young man, his good friend, didn't even get up to hug her.
She hasn't assessed his value yet.
Yep, but she went for the tall one. Pay attention to that.
Basketball, future earnings. Well,
Mm-hmm.
here's the thing. I would never let, if I had children, boy children, I would never let Larsa around them
Thank
because she
you.
was friends with Michael Jordan and wound up having sex with his son.
Thank
She
you.
cannot come nowhere near my children.
Thank you. Not at all. Not
Oh,
at
but
all.
I want to get back to this narcissist party because did you notice the whole big thing about it being the girls in the bus being 2 hours late? How much you want to bet? Production told them to come 2 hours ahead of time. They told Alexia and her guru the event is going to be at 6, but we telling these heifers to get to the bus by 3 so that they can wait 2 hours on the one
Lisa.
we always know who's late, and we're going to tell her to get to the bus at a certain time where she is going to be late to agitate the people on the bus. And then when they rolled up to the event, what's her face? Donkey Julia is the only one. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, we're late. And Alexia and the guru said nothing. They were like, what do you like? You're not late. Because production told them a different time.
Yeah, but then here's my thing. Who's going to sit on a bus and wait for someone for 2 fucking hours?
When your employer tells you to sit there, you're going to sit there.
Girl, I wouldn't be there. I would have got off that bus. And that's my pet peeve. That's one thing that we had it out for. I do not. If we say we're going to leave at a certain time, 5-10 minutes, maybe okay. But an hour and a half, 45 minutes, hell to the no. And if it happens all the time the way they're saying it does, you should have called her out on that a long time ago.
I found that strange that they put it for the newbie to do it. And none of them said anything.
Nope. And they were talking, oh, it's about time somebody called. Why didn't you call her out? She's your friend. Why didn't you say, hey, every time we go somewhere, we have to wait for you? Or every time we plan something, you're always late. But she wasn't late to the baby shower.
That's because she knew she was leaving early.
Okay. All right. I don't buy that. And Miss Stephanie got to tell us how she bought one sister a Range Rover, one sister a Mini Cooper, and they used to work for her, but it didn't work out. And then when they were having a hurricane, the sisters checked in on the mom and the dad and her. And then after that, she sent them a message. She want to know, what are you doing? Where are you living at? Where are you working at? Your husband has all that money. They're twins. Don't you think that you can find, where they're at and what they're doing?
Do the parents not know where their children are living?
I'm sure the parents know.
Mm.
I'm sure they know. But we got to see Masood with his
Mm-hmm.
crooked jaw. Something's wrong with his jaw. I don't know. But I like the way he was dressed. And didn't he say that he had them to put the dogs in an empty apartment, but the
Mm-hmm.
apartment they went in was
I think
fully
he put
furnished?
right because those are the show apartments. Those are the models.
So why didn't he? What he said that they were in a empty unit, but they
Well, to
weren't.
him, that would be an empty unit.
No, but he said no furniture. There was no furniture in there.
So then I don't know, but I don't know why they would put them dogs in a model unit. And
That
second of
doesn't make any
all, like,
sense. Yep.
did those apartments look luxury? I didn't think so.
No, they didn't.
So I don't know if those are for rent or if those are to like buy for like condos. Like I don't know.
And
Good on
so,
them.
but one thing I did take away from Gertie and um when Gertie and Alexa were together and they were talking, she was like, they need to have a conversation, her and Julia. I did when she said she rang, did she say she rang the New York Stock Exchange bell?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. I was like, wait a minute, what? Okay.
See, that's why the women hate her.
Yep.
Because she is always hustling. She's the only one who's doing anything. What is Alexia doing? Walking around, showing off way too much of her body at her age. Marisol is pretending yet again to get married to another man. They got Adriana look on the lookout for random coconuts that gonna fall during a storm. You got Kiki trying to get a relationship with her parents, which that's a stretch. And who else is on this show? Oh, you got the new girl going around and showing
Stephanie.
us dog shit. And then you got Lisa, who is barely stable on a good day, but with a boyfriend coming fresh out of a divorce and sharing custody of her kids, and she's still an airhead.
Can I ask you a question about that though? When she was talking to Jody about the house that her ex was building, was that a house for her? Or was
Yeah.
that okay? All right.
Yeah.
All right.
For her
I
and
was
the
kind of
children.
confused. Okay. All right.
Mhm.
But what about when Gertie was talking to Alexia too, and she said that, wait a minute, she said that when she texted the group about her ringing the bell at the stock exchange, there were no one responded. How could Alexia say, but that's all in your mind? Wouldn't she have the response on her phone? How would that be all in her mind?
I think what she meant by saying was it's all in your mind because Gertie is trying to make the point that she is being iced out by this group and no one ever celebrates anything for her. And it is true. So what does the narcissist do? Deflect and say, "Oh, that was gaslighting." Basically telling her that's all in her mind, telling her that what she is perceiving and what she is feeling is actually not true. They are
Okay.
trying to push Gertie out because all of them are jealous of her. She's the only one with a real storyline, a real company. She's really doing stuff. Stephanie is not doing stuff. She is not.
Stephanie said she worked hard to get where she's at. Girl, you slept with your boss's husband.
And I think they're in big financial trouble. I don't think they have that jet anymore. And
you don't think so?
yeah, no, I don't think so. And one of their houses in Coral Gables might be gone. She's come on this show to showcase Shoma, but it's been a minute since I heard anything about Shoma down here. Lanier has taken over the market down here.
Oh, okay. So you want to come on, okay? And then she's got to talk about her Birkin bag. Oh, don't it got wet, and and then they got to recognize each other's clothes. Oh, Chanel, Chanel. I don't do that when I'm with my friends. If you have a nice bag, I'm like, nice bag. I'm like, girl, come on now. I
That's
get
new
it.
money. That's new money.
I'm just like, okay, whatever. But so I wanted to really talk about this Gertie and Julia's situation because I didn't buy Julia's apology. She said she felt she was backstabbed. Don't you think your friends would know you had a facelift? How are you backstabbed?
Okay. I didn't like Julia's body language during this
Neither did I.
whole interaction. Again, she is part of the icing out of Gertie. But I feel like she realized it was a little too early and she overstepped her boundaries by assaulting her with the water. And I think that's the only reason why we got to sit down. If she had never thrown that water on her, I think she would have perpetuated the argument for the entire season.
But I don't like the fact that you wrote an apology to Gertie, but you had to read it to other people and saying that Gertie never responded when Gertie was off in New York doing her thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to me, that didn't sit well with me. And if I'm going to write somebody an apology, I'm not going to read it to other people.
Nope.
I
Because
won't do
that's
that.
if it's genuine, you're not. Because that's between you and the person you're apologizing to.
Thank you. That's between us. It has nothing to do with anybody else. I can apologize to the group for my actions, but my apology to the person that I wronged is my apology to them. And I wouldn't have
But
texted it. I would have called.
no, but what Julia was trying to do in front of Marisol and Alexia was to show that she was the bigger person
Yep.
and Gertie was beneath her and that she is apologizing to this person, even though she
Was wrong.
attacked me. She is wrong. Because her whole conversation with the two of them, that was weird to me. Honestly, like she has been, if it wasn't for Adriana and Gertie, she would not be on this show.
Nope.
And she is icing out Adriana as well, because you notice, like, Adriana was talking about coconuts in this last episode. Why aren't we seeing more of Adriana? It makes no sense. But we focusing on Marisol and her wedding. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, this is crazy. What else good happened? Anything else good happen?
Listen, they are wondering why the ratings are down on Miami is a great show, but it needs a shuffle of the girls and the cast. It really does. We need to get rid of Julia. We need to get rid of Alexia. I would keep Marisol for now because she gets a lot of dirt and she knows how to stir the pot and move the storyline along, but I would keep her as a friend. And if we're keeping Marisol as a friend, because she want to be she want to hold a mojito so bad, I would keep her as a friend. I would give her and Adriana equal time and I would bring in somebody else. But if we need to, because Dr. Nicole says that she would come back if certain people weren't on the cast, I would gladly get rid of Marisol and bring Dr. Nicole back.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Dr. Nicole said on a chat, I think it was with the other anesthesiologist from Miami, from Housewives of Dallas. Remember the other Birkin lady?
Yes.
They talk a lot, and I think they were online, and she said that Marisol hired a private investigator to follow her and Anthony to dig up dirt to bring it to this show. And that's when she knew she had had enough of this, because that's not what she signed up for.
Marisol hired them?
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. But again, I think Stephanie overstepped. I really, really do. I don't like the way she was talking to her husband. Oh, I need to see the other unit. For what? I think she overstepped when they were on that Sprinter. I really, really do. If Lisa's friends, and Lisa was right, I'm going to give her that. But then again, you're saying that production told them to show up late. Lisa never says, I'm not late. So she, in my mind, she's late. But 2 hours is ridiculous.
No, this is what production would do. Tell all the other girls to get there at 3, right? Tell Lisa to get there at 5. And the event isn't until 6. That's why Alexia wasn't stunned or saying, like, where the fuck were you? Because that would have been the first thing out of her mouth if they were late to her event. So they told Monkey, what's your name, Lisa, to show up at a certain time, and that's why she said, I'm not late. Because she know she get her call sheet. She know what time is on her call sheet. And the other ladies have been sitting there waiting for her. So nobody knows what's going on. And this is how they create drama through production.
I believe that because okay, so let's see. E11 is going live at 12. So okay. Oh my God. Hi Christoph. Hi Drea. Let me see. But again, Debbie, you're new to a group. You have been, so Lisa said it herself. No, Marisol said she's known Lisa for 10 years, 12, whatever it was. She never called her out. If you're a friend of mine, and God knows I did it, and you're always late, people always have to wait. This is getting ridiculous and it's out of hand.
No, but here's the thing though. I keep telling you, like, all of them are from the Caribbean. We all running on fucking Caribbean Standard Time. We all late down here. It's nothing. You get used to it.
Oh, and it's raining again in Texas, really, really bad. Oh, shit. They said Texas is being pounded with more heavy rainfall. Whoo! Jesus Christ. So, okay. Anything else we wanted to discuss about the Real Housewives of Miami? I can't wait to part 2. Now, this is when everything's going to hit next week at this narcissist party.
Oh my God. This is
I can't wait for that.
And who picks up some guru that they seen on IG?
On IG?
Wait, what?
She found him on IG.
She got a hold of him thinking that he was a hot piece of ass, and she thought that she could get somewhere with him.
Exactly. I was like, wait a minute. What? IG? I thought this was someone she knew, or she attended some event and she wanted, girl, I was weak. And what's his name? Daniel. And how is your specialty narcissism? Okay, whatever. I got you, girl. You saw a hot man. And he was on the bus with them.
No, he was at the event with Alexia.
Who was the guy sitting in the corner then?
I don't know, probably production.
On the back of the bus, there was a guy on the Sprinter in the corner. Was that a production member? Who was the guy?
No idea. Don't even remember.
Anybody saw the episode can tell me who that guy was, because I thought it was Daniel.
No, he was with Alexia.
Okay, well, I don't know who that guy was then. I have no idea who that guy was. But go back and look. There's a guy in the corner of the bus while the lady, and he's on his phone and he's texting.
Probably somebody from production saying, yeah, they in here getting hot because she ain't here yet, giving them updates or something. I think that whole thing was staged. I think the conversation between Gertie and Julia was I don't think it was genuine or sincere. Well, I thought Gertie was sincere because she said it's gonna take baby steps. Like you assaulted me. I'm not gonna be all skin teeth and kiki with you after you did what you did, and you did it in front of the whole group. You tore me down in front of the whole group, and no one from the group came to my defense. And that
Nobody.
should be very telling to Gertie.
Yep. Nobody. Okay. Also, I wanted to mention that Denise Richards and her husband, Aaron, have filed for divorce.
And he hasn't worked in 6 months, so you know he want money.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And I was reading an article where they said that things got really ugly, I guess over the 4th of July weekend. And yeah, but they filed for divorce. And he's trying to get her money.
Yeah. Because he says the only thing he's done is manage her OnlyFans. That's what he does now.
Yep. So I wanted to mention that while that was in my head. Anything else about Miami before I give us a rundown on the next gen?
No.
Because you didn't watch it, did you?
I forgot about it.
Okay. So this weekend, everybody was going to go to the Jersey Shore for Brooke's birthday. Good thing Meredith was in Bali, because we definitely don't want to see her with a group of fucking 20-year-olds, because I'm sick of that plastic bitch. I can't stand Meredith. So, but everybody, what? Kim Zolciak paid Ariana a visit. Okay.
Oh my God.
Kim Zolciak was there. Ariana showed her a new apartment. She was showing her her room, but then Ariana said, I'm joking, I'm gonna get you a hotel room. So they went walking in was it Chinatown or Soho? Oh, I forgot where they went walking at. Ariana has red bottom heels on. Kim's got her flats on, and that's one thing I don't like. When I'm in Vegas and I see women barely walking in heels, why in the fuck would you put on heels to walk the strip or walk Fremont? I have no idea. Okay. I did that my first time, and no. I did that in San Francisco, and then I bought a pair of flats. But flip-flops. She's walking through there, she's with Hudson, who I think is a really, really nice young man. I like Hudson. So then everybody's going to go to the Jersey Shore. Charlie is the topic of conversation because on the last episode, he told Georgia that she was poor trash and called her a bitch, all because of a speaker she didn't return to him when he wanted it. And they really got into a really bad argument. Did you see that episode, Debbie, week before last, when he called her poor trash?
Yeah.
Yes.
And said that he's the reason that she even is on the show.
Yes. Okay.
Dirty. All over a speaker.
All over a speaker. And then Candy, on that previous episode, was upset of the money, the $14,000 that Riley was telling her about the bill for the box that Charlie got, and Charlie, only has Apple Pay, but he brought all the girls there. So of course they tell Kim about it. And Kim's sitting there probably thinking, shit, that's $14,000 I could have went gamble with. But anyway, she goes, I don't ever want to hear anything about this thing. And then she did tell them that they're all being played. Kim Zolciak told her daughter, Riley and Hudson, that they were all being played. Okay? So they all get to the Jersey Shore. Gia, I guess, is the one that got the house for them to be there because it's not Teresa's house. But, they put Charlie around the back in a room. I guess that was okay. So Georgia, they stopped to the store. They got groceries. Georgia says she can count on her hands how many times she's been in a grocery store, and she was talking about when Charlie was saying that she was poor, how that brought her back to when she was younger, you know, and she said it was irrevocable, irrevocable. It couldn't be fixed. Okay. And she was upset because he used poor as an argument, and she said that he gets everything from his dad. Okay. Then Ariana and Hudson was talking about the fact that when they first met Charlie, and I didn't notice that unless I think I did, when Charlie was looking at Ariana up and down, and then he did the head shake. But then Ariana told Kim about how Charlie told um, her friend that he wanted to sleep with her, knowing she has a boyfriend. And Hudson wasn't happy about that. That is a nice looking young man. He really does. And his chains around his neck, girl. Okay. Let me see. So what else? Um, Ariana was talking about how when she found out she had no money, and she was doing all these brand deals and thinking she had hundreds of thousands. And then Hudson said that he used to ask Ariana, why doesn't she have her own account? By that time, I guess it was too late. Okay. But Ariana says she's found a guy that's going to help them with the materials and stuff for her clothing line. And he's going to see her vision. I don't know what vision it was, because again, she had no kind of pitch, no mission, no nothing. So everybody's in the Jersey Shore. Oh, wait a minute. Ava and Charlie went shopping to get a present for Brooks, but Ava was mostly shopping for her damn self that I saw, but I didn't see anybody buy a damn thing out the store. Okay. Everybody is now in Jersey Shore. Charlie is texting Georgia before they get there, because they were all in separate cars, to try to make good with her before they get there, because he doesn't want to have other people mad with him. But anybody notice that Charlie had a hickey in his neck? Did anybody notice?
Drea noticed it.
Okay, he had a hickey in his neck, and then
Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay,
I'm gonna be right back.
Okay. Let's see. And then his roommate, what's his name? Dylan, the one that does OnlyFans, he moved out. Dylan moved out. Don't ask me why, but I guess he couldn't deal with Charlie anymore. But then I found out that Charlie had been arrested for trespassing and marijuana possession in 2014. So we did say Charlie is doing a lot of shit. So they were down there. Ava just don't want, not Ava. Georgia wants nothing to do with Charlie, but what's her name? Amira, or Iman, whatever her name is. She wants Georgia and Charlie to have a conversation. So they go downstairs to talk to Charlie, and I forgot the other guy's name. And Charlie tries to hug her. That's the second time, and she brushes him away. Okay. So then they have a casino night. Well, that was the casino night, because they all go to dinner for Brooks' birthday. Everybody starts fussing. Brooks in his head talking about he can't drink anything without a straw. He's talking about having a clothing line called Casino or Caviar. Girl, Brooke was checked out of the whole conversation. But Chloe was there. And on the drive down, it was Chloe, Charlie, and Brooke. Charlie asked Chloe if the door was open. She says, no, that door is closed. So, let me see. What else happened? Let me see. What did I say? Where did they go walking at? So, no, Little Italy. Okay, is where they went. But Amira, did Amira have bottom surgery too? Because she can't be tucking that well. Did Amira have bottom surgery?
I feel she did. I feel she had a full transition.
Okay, but then we come to find, well, we found this out on the last episode, that Charlie owes a lot of people, even his roommate Ryan, think that's the name, who's bisexual.
Mm-hmm.
He owes him over $4,000.
Wow.
He skipped out, and then he's telling the story this episode, saying that Ariana and Riley told him, "Oh, we don't want your money." No, they didn't. You told them you only had Apple Pay. Why didn't you Apple Pay them money right then and there? You know, you can't do that. Okay. So Charlie is a bum.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Georgia wanted to, I guess Amira was eating, because Amira doesn't eat seafood, but what's her name? Damn it. What's Teresa's daughter's name again?
Gia.
Gia did a seafood boil, with clams and crab legs and shrimp. I thought I saw some corn and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and sausages. But Amira doesn't eat seafood, so but before she was eating some kind of sticks, and Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
okay, she was eating mozzarella sticks, okay. Georgia was going to say something about the Ozempic. I guess she's saying that Amira was on Ozempic.
Oh.
Why would Amira be on Ozempic? And then Amira said she was classless and tacky, and she was comfortable with her body. Why would Amira be on Ozempic?
Not
Does
sure.
anybody
Not
know?
sure, but maybe. Well, she is a model, so maybe she's trying to keep her weight down. Isn't she a model? Or she's also an influencer, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe she needs to keep her weight down for work.
Okay. So, but when they got there, Brooks ordered some yarn and stuff because they were going to make friendship bracelets. But Gia, I think it was Gia, asked Charlie, why was he always the center of drama? And he kind of avoided the question. He goes, well, if that's the case, I just leave, which is his way of running away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because he doesn't want to face anything. Brooks is he's funny to me. He's just really disengaged with all of it. He doesn't care about anything. But Brooks's boyfriend is good looking, and Brooks told his boyfriend, but his boyfriend didn't go with him for his birthday weekend. The guy, he told his boyfriend that on their 1-year anniversary, he wanted to be engaged, and he just didn't want to be a baby daddy without having that full commitment. Girl, I'm done.
Oh my
I'm done.
God. Okay.
But Georgia got upset at the dinner because she thought everybody was being polite to Charlie, who everybody seems to have issues with Charlie. And then Riley and Georgia started, was it Gia and Charlie? I think was it Riley and Charlie started fussing? Not Charlie, Riley and Georgia, or was it Georgia and Gia started fussing because everybody was being really, really nice to Charlie. Hi, Party Rock. How are you? I'm not calling you Petty Rock. But anyway, that's everything. Look, to stay skinny to get jobs.
Oh.
Yeah, it did look very dry. It looked very dry. Charlie got cut off and still trying to live like he's a big baller. Exactly. Hi, Marcia.
I think he's in debt to his supplier, because I think he is instead of selling from his supplier, I think he's using. And I think that's why and I also think that he's been cut off from his father.
Yeah, and I think that roommate is tired of him and not keeping that apartment clean. I think that's why Ryan moved. Oh, you went to brunch. Okay. Tell the fam I said hi and kiss that beautiful baby. But again, Charlie is a leech.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be, he wants to live that rich lifestyle,
Mm-hmm.
but he can't afford it on his
Nope.
own. You know what I mean?
He can't.
And I don't even think he's a trust fund baby. I don't think his dad's going to leave him shit because he's not showing his dad nothing.
Mm.
So, anyway, Debbie, we have been live. Oh my God, almost 3 hours. But this has been great. It's been a great, great, great. I really enjoyed having Auntie up.
Yeah,
I
that
really
was a
have.
special treat.
Yep. Yep. I really, really enjoyed her coming. I just with Debbie. Riley, I'm going to hurt you. You come in here just to mess with Debbie to get her riled up. That's what you do. Probably think he's Braden in power. I think Charlie is jealous. I think Charlie he portrays that he's got it all together, but everybody sees right through him. Everybody.
Or they're now noticing that
Yes.
there's a difference because I think, and that's why I think the father cut him off because before he had money and now and it's the 30th birthday is the key because if he or maybe the father is gearing him down because what did Georgia say he got $10,000 a month? Maybe the father is like slowly like shrinking that amount per month and that's why the father is like, you're
His
coming up on
apartment is going
30.
to
What are you
cost more
doing?
than that. Debbie, that apartment's going to cost more than that. Hi, Mr. Rock. Hi. That apartment's going to cost more than that if he has to foot that bill by himself. How do you owe your roommate $4,000? I'm thinking that's in back rent.
Probably.
I'm thinking Ryan has been covering that rent. And now Ryan is moving out because Charlie is dirty. He doesn't clean up after himself. Although he says, oh, well, the maid will be here this week. Okay. I had somebody come in once a month. But you still clean up after yourself. Mari, thank you, sweetie.
I don't think he's ever cleaned up after himself, and that's part of the problem. He's still living in the past.
Okay. Yep. I think that's what's going on. But I do know that what I want to tell you on Hunt for Love has been really good. Tomorrow night we're definitely going to cover God damn it. We're definitely going to cover Happily Ever After. I'm not happy with that cast, but Debbie just informed me today that she will no longer be watching Be Abroad. I'm telling you, I fell asleep.
It's just not as good as it was before, and I don't like one of the matchmakers. I don't like the one in Taiwan, Dali. I mean, Luis is nice.
Okay.
Maybe I don't want to be in Taiwan. Like I like the girl that was in where was Morocco where we went the first season. I prefer her. And there's too many women on this. Like we need some more men. I don't know. This season just isn't clicking for me.
Thank you, Jen. Thank you, Jen. But I need you to have Clint to get his money back from YouTube. He needs to request a refund. I just checked again. The $5 didn't come through. So, Debbie, also I wanted to tell you that the lady that was on Love in Paradise, I forgot what's her name, Jamie. She said that she's been watching, and she will come on with us when we review. Anytime I wanted,
who's Jamie?
When I request, she was on Love in Paradise. Remember, she was with the person that had the weed. You remember Jamie?
She's the lesbian.
Okay, can we not? Yes.
Colombia, was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yes,
I didn't know
yes,
she
yes,
watched.
yes.
Hey.
Yep. So yeah, I wanted to tell you that. So I told you she and Lexi are really, really good friends. I need to call Lexi today and ask her to watch Happily
Mhm.
Ever After so we can cover that tomorrow and see if Jamie will come up with us tomorrow. Yes, yes, the one that was on panel on TikTok.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, I can't. Oh, Drea says she thinks his daddy owns that apartment,
Uh-uh.
but no,
I
why can you give him 2,000 a month? I don't think daddy owns that
I don't
apartment.
think the father would let his son live in anything that he owns because he would depreciate the value.
Oh, thank you. I thought it was Love in Paradise. Okay, they were on 90 Day.
Mm.
Okay, but it was Columbia. I think I got them confused because Frank was on Love in Paradise. Okay, my daughter absolutely loves Thailand. Both her health is 200% better, and her wife, who was
Wow.
wheelchair bound, is walking 2 to 3
That's
miles a
good.
day. So she lives in Thailand.
Mhm.
Okay, all right. The Other Way, season 4. Okay, with Chris. Okay, all right. I'm gonna have to watch The Other Way, season 4. But we know that the UK is coming back too, and I gotta
Yay.
go get the
I'm
dates.
looking forward
So
to
anyway,
UK. UK is always good.
yep, and the new season of Traders is going to be starting soon. They've got the cast and everything, so I can't wait for that. Um, I started watching Southland on Netflix. It seems really, really good. But anyway, I am going to go and get myself together because I need to cook.
Mm.
Uh, you guys have a fantastic Sunday. I'm sure I'm going to see most of you in E11's live. She's going live at 12.
Mhm.
Um, I'm going to follow the Eric and Lita story. I will definitely, any updates that I receive or any updates that I find, I'm going to let you guys know. But I want justice for that baby, period.
Mhm.
Justice for that baby. Debbie, when I say you need to listen to my live from
Mhm.
yesterday, I need you to do that.
I will do that right after I listen to my Cecilia uh show. Um
Okay. Oh, 2026. Is it the Australia traders that coming back with? But I know the new cast is done. Yes, E11 is going
wi-
live at 12 12 your time too,
is that
woman.
the one that Portia
So
went to Scotland for?
yes, Portia's gonna be
Mm.
on. Yes, yes. And Phaedra is back on as well.
Phaedra's a contestant
Okay.
again?
Wait a minute. No, I'm sorry. Dorinda. Dorinda.
Yeah, I heard
Dorinda.
that they call her
Dorinda.
back. Probably because she got kicked off first last time.
Yep, so Dorinda is on there. Shit, Reza got kicked off his the first or the second episode. Shit.
Ooh.
Yep. So, oh, wait a minute. E11 and Silverback went at it in Brooks Live last night. See, I didn't get to. I was in George's live and he was reading the chat, and I thought E11 was live, and then they told me no, it was Brooke that was live. I should. So, what did Brooke say about the baby? Did Brooke say anything about the baby at all? Thank you, Aesops. Drea, did Brooke say anything about the baby? I mean, you can call me and let me know. But Brooke's a nurse, and I know she knows something is not right. So, Debbie, that baby had a fractured back and a swollen skull or brain.
Ooh.
Go listen. And I posted something on my community tab too. It was a public notice about this
Oh my
baby.
God.
So, yes. But anyway, I love all of you guys. I really, really do. I want to say thank you. Jen, I did watch your replay from yesterday. I told you that. I was out cold. After I did that live yesterday morning, girl, it was exhausting. I called myself laying down on the sofa. Next thing I know, it was 4:30. Brooke defended Silverback. Really? I'm talking about the baby. What did she say about the baby? Okay. Anyway,
Whoa.
well, that's okay. I'll go. We all agree that baby was harmed. Okay.
Oh.
Oh,
So no arrest warrants have gone out yet?
not yet. They have to do the autopsy.
Oh my God.
Go look at my community tab. Y'all will see it. I'm happy morning coffee is back. I'm gonna try my best to do more morning coffees coming this. I don't really have nothing too much to do this week, so when I have to sing the praise, so it was Geneva then. Okay,
Mm.
okay. Well, I'm glad she did. Oh, I did. I said that in George's chat. I did find that out. You see how fucked up and gone I was? Because when I woke up, it was like 4:03.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, shit, George was going live at 3 or 3. And I went in there, and then he had moved it to 4:30. So I didn't miss anything. But I'm telling you, I laid on the sofa. I was watching Southland. I think that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
I got to episode 4, and I don't remember anything after that. So I'll have to go back. I'll put it on while I'm cooking. So when I lay on my sofa, it's a done deal. Y'all think I'm kidding. When I lay on that sofa, it's a done deal. I'll sit up, and then little by little, I'll start fluffing the pillow, and then I'll go get my hair tied. And I'm gone. That is it. There is no coming back until I wake up. That is it. But anyway, I will see you guys later. And thank you for joining us. And again, Auntie, thank you so much for coming up. And anytime you want to come in, I don't have any problem with that. Okay,
Mm.
Debbie, you want to say
Bye, everybody. I'm going to cook my Trader Joe's seafood boil in a box.
okay? But the static for Auntie was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I kept hearing it. But I guess it was just
No,
me.
I was hearing the static too. It was the first time I was hearing the static.
Yep, and then it cleared up. So I guess it was where she was in the house because she said she was doing laundry. But I guess when she left, I think it was where she was in the house.
Yeah, or like she could be having storms again because I know recently she said that it's been storming in her
Yes,
area.
yes, that's true. That's true.
Mm.
That's true. And I remember with the weather down there. But guys, I love each and every one of you. Have a happy Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
Debbie. I got to go. I love all of you
All
guys.
right. Bye.
Bye.